What if Vader averted the Jedi Purge? Let's explore the depths of it in the video. Anakin Skywalker stands at the threshold of the Jedi Temple. His lightsaber hums in the darkness. Clone troopers of the 501st surround him, weapons ready. Order 66 has just been transmitted. Every clone in the galaxy is turning on their Jedi commanders. Palpatine's voice still echoes in his mind. March on the temple. Kill them all. Show no mercy. But Anakin's hand trembles. His blade ignites blue, not red. He turns toward the clones. Not today, Sidious. His lightsaber cuts through the first rank before they can even process what's happening. The moment that changes everything happens in the speeder ride to the temple. Anakin grips the controls so tightly, his knuckles turn white. Behind him, Commander Appo and the elite soldiers of the 501st prepare for their mission. They check their weapons, their armor, their equipment. They trust him completely. They've followed him through hell and back. They'll follow him anywhere, even into this. Anakin's mind races through everything that brought him to this precipice. Every step, every choice, every moment of weakness that led him here. 3 days ago, Padme told him she was pregnant. He remembers the moment with perfect clarity. They were in their apartment, the Coruscant sunset painting the windows gold and crimson. She took his hand and placed it on her stomach, her eyes shining with joy and fear. "We're going to have a baby, Annie." He should have felt pure happiness. Instead, terror gripped his heart. Because that very night, the nightmares began. He sees her dying. Every night, the same vision. Padme screaming in agony, her body contorted in pain, the medical droids hovering helplessly, her hand reaching for him. And then nothing. Just emptiness and loss so profound, it threatens to tear him apart. He's lost too many people already. His mother, tortured to death by Tusken Raiders while he was off playing hero for the Jedi. He found her too late, held her dying body in his arms as she whispered that she'd always known he'd come back. Then the rage took him. He slaughtered them all, men, women, children, the entire camp. He can still hear their screams if he lets himself remember. He can still feel the dark side surging through him, intoxicating and terrible. That was when he first truly understood what he was capable of, what he could become if he let the darkness win. Palpatine sensed his fear. Of course he did. The Chancellor has always known exactly what to say, exactly how to guide him. They've been meeting in secret for years. At first it seemed harmless, a fatherly figure taking interest in a troubled young man. Palpatine listened when the council dismissed him, praised him when they criticized, understood him when they remained distant. The man became his confidant, his mentor, his friend. More of a father than his own had ever been. More understanding than even Obi-Wan sometimes managed to be. Yesterday, everything crystallized. Anakin went to Palpatine's office, desperate for guidance about his visions. "I can't lose her, Chancellor. I won't survive it." Palpatine's face was grave, sympathetic. He spoke of the dark side of the Force, of powers the Jedi would never teach, the ability to influence the midichlorians, to create life, to keep others from dying. There is a path to save her, Anakin, but it requires strength, the strength to do what must be done, no matter the cost. And then came the revelation. I am the Sith Lord the Jedi have been hunting. Darth Sidious. I've been guiding the Republic, shaping it, preparing it for a new order. An order where we can prevent the tragedies that haunt you. Anakin should have arrested him immediately, should have ignited his lightsaber and ended the Sith Lord right there. But Palpatine's next words paralyzed him. The Jedi are planning to overthrow the Republic. Mace Windu and his faction intend to seize control. They'll execute me and establish themselves as the true power. They'll hunt down anyone who opposes them, including Senator Amidala, who they know carries your child. They know about your marriage, Anakin. They've always known. And they'll use it to destroy you both unless you act first. The lies were masterful, woven with just enough truth to make them plausible. The Council does distrust him. They did refuse him the rank of Master despite his accomplishments. They do know about attachments compromising judgment. Would they really act against Padme if they discovered the truth? Anakin wanted to believe they wouldn't. But doubt festered. And Palpatine fed that doubt with surgical precision. This morning, everything accelerated. Mace Windu confronted Palpatine with a team of Jedi Masters. Anakin wasn't there, but he felt the disturbance in the Force. Felt Masters die. Felt the darkness surge. He raced to the Chancellor's office and arrived just as Mace held his lightsaber over Palpatine's prone form. The Chancellor was helpless, or so it seemed. He's too dangerous to be left alive. Mace's blade rose for the killing blow, and Anakin made his choice. He cut off Mace's hand, watched Palpatine's lightning consume the Jedi Master, watched Mace Windu fall from the window to his death far below. Then Palpatine rose, his frailty vanishing like smoke. Good, Anakin. Good. You've taken your first step into a larger world. The Jedi are traitors. They'll never accept what we must do to save the galaxy, to save Padme. But together we can reshape everything. Bring order, security, peace. Anakin fell to his knees. What have I done? You've become who you were always meant to be. My apprentice, Darth Vader. Rise. And the new Sith Lord rose. The weight of what he'd done crashed over him like a tsunami, but Palpatine's voice cut through the chaos. There's no time for regret. The Jedi will sense what happened here. They'll come for us both. We must strike first, go to the temple. The 501st has received their orders. Lead them, kill everyone inside, spare no one. Only then will we be safe. Only then can I teach you to save Padme. So here he is, speeding toward the temple with an army at his back, his new master's commands ringing in his ears. And he wants to do it. Part of him genuinely wants to. The dark side whispers that it's necessary, that the Jedi failed him, that they stood between him and everything he needed. They'll take Padme if given the chance. They'll destroy his family. They deserve this. But then he reaches out through the Force. It's instinct, habit from years of training. He touches the temple with his awareness, and he feels them, the younglings, dozens of children huddled in the training rooms. They're not sleeping. They can sense something wrong. The Force around Coruscant has gone dark and violent. They're afraid. Some of the older Padawans try to comfort the younger ones, but everyone knows something terrible is approaching. Anakin feels their terror as if it's his own. These children are innocent. They've done nothing wrong. They're just kids trying to learn, trying to grow, trying to find their place in the galaxy. Just like he was once. The memory hits him like a physical blow. He's 9 years old again, small and powerless on Tatooine. Watto is beating his mother because the shop didn't make enough credits that day. Young Anakin tries to intervene and gets knocked across the room. He can't stop it. He has no power. He's a slave, property, worth less than the tools in Watto's workshop. He watches his mother take the beating meant for him, and something inside him breaks. He promises himself that when he's older, when he's stronger, he'll protect people. He'll never let the powerful hurt the weak. He'll be a hero. What is he doing now? He's about to lead an army into a temple full of children. Children who can't defend themselves. Children who trust the Jedi to protect them. Children who look up to people like him as heroes. And he's going to slaughter them. Because a Sith Lord told him it was necessary. Because he's afraid. Because he's chosen power over principle. He's become Watto. He's become the Tusken Raiders. He's become everything he hated. The realization crashes through his carefully constructed justifications, like a meteor through thin ice. Padme. Would she want this? Would the woman he loves, the woman who fights for justice and compassion and democracy, want him to murder children to save her? He knows the answer. She'd be horrified. She'd rather die than live knowing he'd done this in her name. And their child. What kind of father murders other people's children to protect his own? What kind of man becomes a monster to prevent loss? Anakin's breathing becomes ragged. The dark side still pulls at him. It would be so easy to just surrender, to let the rage and fear take over, to stop thinking and just act, to trust that Palpatine knows what's best. But he can't. He won't. He remembers his mother's last words. I knew you'd come back. I knew you'd save me. But he hadn't saved her. He'd been too late. And in his rage at failing her, he'd committed a massacre that still haunts his nightmares. If he does this, if he walks into that temple and ignites his blade, there's no coming back. He'll be lost forever. Darth Vader will be real. Anakin Skywalker will be dead. His hand moves to the speeder controls. Commander Appo notices. Sir, we're approaching the temple. Shall we proceed with the assault? Anakin's voice when he speaks is barely above a whisper. No. The clones exchange confused glances. Sir? Louder now, stronger. No, we're not doing this. Appo steps forward, his voice uncertain. General, our orders from the Supreme Chancellor. Anakin spins to face them and his eyes are burning with intensity. Palpatine is the Sith Lord we've been hunting. Darth Sidious. He's manipulated this entire war, and Order 66 is his final play. He's using you to wipe out the Jedi so he can take absolute power. The clones stare at him. For a moment, no one moves. Then Appo's hand goes to his helmet, and Anakin feels the shift through the Force. Something activates in the clones' brains. Their body language changes, becomes rigid, mechanical. Their eyes, when visible through their helmets, go dead and cold. The inhibitor chips. Anakin has heard rumors about them. Contingency programming buried deep in clone psychology. But he never believed the conspiracy theories. Now he's seeing it happen in real time. Commander Appo raises his blaster. General Skywalker, you are in violation of Order 66. Stand down. The other clones level their weapons at Anakin. These men he's fought beside for years, these brothers in all but blood, now pointing guns at his head because of code words transmitted from a Sith Lord. Anakin's lightsaber ignites so fast it's almost a reflex. I'm sorry, boys. This isn't you. The first volley of blaster fire erupts and Anakin moves. His blade becomes a blue blur, deflecting shots in all directions. One bolt ricochets back and drops a trooper. Another hits the speeder's control panel. The vehicle lurches violently. Anakin leaps from the careening speeder a split second before it smashes into a building. He hits the ground rolling, coming up in a defensive stance. The 501st pours out of the wreckage, weapons blazing. Anakin's heart breaks with every deflection. He knows their armor's weak points, knows how they move, how they think. He taught many of them. But he doesn't want to kill them. They're not in control. They're victims as much as the Jedi are. He uses the Force to disarm rather than dismember, pushes them back rather than cutting them down. But they keep coming, relentless and emotionless. A clone gets too close and Anakin has no choice. His blade takes the man's leg. The trooper falls with a scream. Another fires point blank, and Anakin redirects the bolt into a third clone's chest plate. They're forcing him to hurt them, to kill them. And every casualty weighs on his soul. But he can't stop. The temple is right there. If he falls here, who will warn them? He reaches deep into the Force and unleashes a wave of kinetic energy. The remaining clones are thrown backward, slamming into walls and vehicles. Anakin doesn't wait to see if they get up. He runs. The temple doors loom ahead. Temple guards stand at attention, their ceremonial pikes held ready. They sense his distress through the Force and move to intercept, uncertain if he's a threat or fleeing from one. Anakin doesn't slow down. Order 66. The clones have been activated. Get everyone inside. Seal the doors. The guards react instantly. One hits an emergency alarm while the others form a defensive line. Massive blast doors begin sliding closed. Anakin Force leaps the last 20 meters, sailing over the guards' heads and landing in the entrance hall. Behind him, the doors slam shut with a resounding boom. Just in time. Blaster fire pings off the exterior a moment later. The entrance hall is chaos. Jedi are running in all directions, some pulling on robes, others already armed and moving to defensive positions. The alarm klaxons wail. Younglings are being herded toward the lower levels by senior Padawans. No one knows what's happening yet, but they know it's bad. Anakin spots a group of knights near the meditation chambers. Master Tai, Master Koth, we're under attack. The Jedi spin toward him, lightsabers igniting. Shaak Ti's eyes narrow. Skywalker, what is the meaning of this? Order 66 has been activated. The entire clone army just received orders to kill all Jedi. Palpatine is Darth Sidious. He's been the Sith Lord all along. This is his endgame. The words tumble out in a rush. The Jedi stare at him like he's speaking another language. Then the eastern wall explodes inward. Chunks of duracrete and twisted metal rain down. Through the smoke and dust, clone troopers pour in by the dozen. The Coruscant Guard, the 501st, units from across the capital, all converging on the temple with murder in their programming. The distinctive sound of blaster fire fills the sacred halls, and Jedi begin to die. Anakin watches a young Padawan, barely 15, take a bolt to the chest. The girl crumples without a sound. Her master, a Zabrak knight, roars in rage and throws himself at the clones. His lightsaber cuts through 3 of them before concentrated fire brings him down. More Jedi rush to plug the breach, but the clones keep coming. It's a nightmare. A holy place turned into a slaughterhouse. And it's only just beginning. Shaak Ti grabs Anakin's arm, her grip like iron. If what you say is true, we need the Council. Now. She sprints toward the Council chambers with Anakin close behind. They dodge falling debris and running Jedi. A clone trooper appears in their path, and Shaak Ti's blade removes his weapon and consciousness in one fluid motion. They burst into the Council chambers, where Yoda, Kit Fisto, and several other masters are already assembled. Master Yoda. Anakin's voice cuts through the confusion. Palpatine is Darth Sidious. He's activated a contingency protocol in the clones. Order 66. They're all turning on us. Yoda closes his eyes, and his face ages 1,000 years in a single moment. Feel it, I do. Across the galaxy, death and darkness spread. Our brothers and sisters falling like leaves in winter. The Force screams with their passing. He opens his eyes, and they're filled with grief so profound, it's almost unbearable to witness. Too late, we are. Too blind. Too arrogant. The Sith's greatest trick, believing they were extinct. Kit Fisto's voice is hollow. How many have we lost already? Yoda's ears droop. Dozens, perhaps hundreds. On Kato Nimoidia, Plo Koon falls. On Felucia, Ayla Secura is betrayed. On Maigeto, Kiadimundi makes his stand. All across the Outer Rim, our people die. The council chamber shakes as another explosion rocks the temple. Master Tin Dralig, the temple's battlemaster, appears in the doorway. His face is grim and there's blood on his robes. We've established defensive positions on levels 1 through 5, but we're being pushed back. They're breaching from multiple vectors. We need every able Jedi in the defense, or we're going to lose the temple. How many civilians? Over 300 younglings, plus staff, maintenance workers, and civilian contractors. We're evacuating them through the lower levels to the old smuggler tunnels, but it takes time we may not have. Shak Ti steps forward. I'll oversee the evacuation. Master Dralig, coordinate the defense. We hold every level as long as possible. Yoda nods. A message we must send. To all Jedi still alive, warn them, tell them to go into hiding, to survive. The order will endure. Kit Fisto moves to the communication console, but his hands falter over the controls. The channels are jammed. Palpatine made sure we can't warn anyone. The silence that follows is crushing. Somewhere in the temple, a child screams. The sound galvanizes them all. Enough talk. Kit Fisto ignites his blade. We fight. The Jedi Council, the most powerful Force users in the galaxy, take up positions throughout the temple. Yoda himself stands at the main entrance, his small form radiating power that makes the air itself crackle. Kit Fisto and several other masters secure the eastern breach. Shak Ti coordinates the evacuation while simultaneously holding the southern approach. And Anakin finds himself fighting alongside Master Sin Dralig in the main hall, facing wave after wave of clone troopers. The Battlemaster moves like water, his blade an extension of his body. Every strike is precise, economical, perfect. He doesn't waste a single motion. Clones fall before him like wheat before a scythe. But even he can't be everywhere at once. A trooper gets a clear shot at a group of Padawans trying to reach the lower levels. Anakin feels it through the Force and reacts. His blade deflects the bolt, and he uses the Force to yank the clone off his feet, slamming him into a pillar. The Padawans escape. Sin Dralig glances at him. Good instinct, Skywalker. Stay close. They fight back to back as more clones flood in. Anakin recognizes faces behind helmets. There's Sergeant Hammer from the 501st, Captain Locke from the Coruscant Guard. Men he's shared meals with, joked with, trusted with his life. Now they're trying to kill him with the cold efficiency of droids. It's worse than fighting droids, actually. Because these are men. Men with families, with hopes, with personalities. Men whose free will has been stripped away and replaced with a single command. Execute the Jedi. A thermal detonator rolls across the floor. Anakin sees it and reacts on instinct. He force grabs it and hurls it back toward the clones. The explosion tears through their ranks. Body parts and armor shards scatter. Anakin feels sick. He just killed 5 men who were his friends. 5 men who couldn't help what they were doing. But what choice did he have? Let them blow up the younglings? This is war. Ugly, brutal, impossible war, where every choice is wrong. The main hall is a scene from hell. Blaster fire crisscrosses in every direction. Lightsabers cast dancing shadows on walls, never meant to see violence. Bodies in both Jedi robes and clone armor litter the floor. The ancient stonework is scarred with carbon scoring and pockmarked with craters. This temple has stood for thousands of years as a symbol of peace and justice. Now, it's becoming a tomb. Anakin deflects a burst of fire and glances up. Through the smoke and chaos, he sees a sight that makes his blood run cold. The 501st is setting up repeating blasters at the entrance. heavy weapons meant for taking down armored vehicles. If those open fire in here, the casualties will be catastrophic. Master Dralig, the big guns. We have to take them out. Kin Dralig follows his gaze and nods grimly. Cover me. The Battlemaster begins moving forward, his blade weaving an impenetrable defense. But the clones focus their fire. Dozens of rifles all targeting one Jedi. Even a master can't deflect everything. A bolt clips Dralig's shoulder. He stumbles. Anakin leaps to his side, his own blade moving in furious arcs. Together they push forward. A clone falls, then another. They're 10 meters from the heavy weapons when a grenade explodes between them. Anakin is thrown backward, his ears ringing. Dralig goes down. No. Anakin scrambles to his feet, reaching for his fallen comrade through the Force. But the clones are closing in. They sense weakness. More grenades, more concentrated fire. Anakin has to make a choice. Try to save Dralig and risk both of them dying, or complete the mission. His heart screams at him to stay, but his training wins out. He channels the Force and leaps, not toward Dralig, but toward the repeating blasters. The clones tracking him are caught off guard. He lands in the middle of them, his blade spinning. The crew operating the heavy weapons barely have time to register his presence before he cuts them down. A twist of his wrist and his lightsaber slashes through the blaster's power coupling. The weapon sparks and dies. He spins to the second emplacement and repeats the process. But there's a third one, and it's already trained on him. The clone behind it has clear shot. Anakin can't block in time. His life flashes before his eyes, in the split second before the trigger pull. Then the clone jerks and falls. Behind him stands Master Kit Fisto, his blade still extended from the throw. The Nautolan's smile is strained but present. You're welcome, young Skywalker. Together they take out the last heavy weapon. Down in the lower levels, Shaak Ti guides a river of younglings through ancient corridors. The children are terrified, but trying to be brave. Some of the youngest ones are crying. Older Padawans carry the smallest ones, whispering reassurances. It's going to be okay. The Masters will protect us. We just need to get to the tunnels. But even the older students sound uncertain. The sounds of battle echo down from above. Explosions, blaster fire, screams. Some of those screams are cut short. Everyone knows what that means. A Twi'lek girl, no more than 7, tugs on Shaak Ti's robe. Master, are we going to die? The Togruta Jedi kneels down, meeting the child's eyes. No, little one. I promise you, I will not let anything happen to you. The girl nods, wanting to believe. Shaak Ti stands and continues guiding them deeper. The tunnels they're heading for are old. Older than the temple itself. Built during an era when the Jedi had enemies and needed escape routes. The entrance is hidden behind a meditation chamber, sealed by mechanisms only a Jedi can open. They're almost there when the corridor ahead explodes. Clone troopers pour through the breach. The Coruscant Guard somehow found a route to the lower levels. They open fire immediately, not caring that they're shooting at children. Shaak Ti's blade ignites, and she steps between the younglings and the blaster bolts. Her defense is absolute. Not a single shot gets past her, but she can't attack without exposing the children. She's pinned. Behind her, the Padawans are trying to get the younglings moving back the way they came. But panic has set in. Children are screaming, crying, frozen in terror. Then salvation arrives in an unexpected form. Master Yoda drops from an overhead ventilation shaft, his lightsaber a green blur. The ancient master moves through the clones like a force of nature. His blade is everywhere at once. His force powers send troopers flying like toys. In seconds, the threat is neutralized, but Yoda doesn't relax. More coming there are. Faster, We must move. Shaak Ti and Yoda work together, herding the children toward the hidden tunnels while holding off wave after wave of clones. It's exhausting. Even for Jedi Masters, maintaining this level of defense takes its toll. They finally reach the meditation chamber. Shaak Ti inputs the ancient code, and the hidden door slides open, revealing a tunnel that slopes down into darkness. Go, children, quickly now. The younglings file in, some running, others being carried. The Padawans help, ensuring no one is left behind. Shaak Ti counts them as they pass. 253, 254, 255. She knows there should be more. Some didn't make it. Some fell in the initial assault. She forces the thought away. Focus on saving who she can. The last child disappears into the tunnel. Yoda looks at Shaak Ti. With them, you must go. Guide them to safety. The temple, I will defend. Master Yoda, you can't hold this alone. Not alone, I am. The Jedi. With me, they are. In the Force, together we stand. Now go. Shaak Ti wants to argue, but she knows he's right. The children need her. She bows deeply and disappears into the tunnel. Yoda seals it behind her, then turns to face the approaching clone army. His eyes are sad but determined. For 900 years, he has trained Jedi, taught them to value all life, to seek peace, to avoid killing when possible. Today, he will violate every principle he's taught, because sometimes survival requires compromise. And the younglings must survive. Back in the main hall, Anakin fights alongside Kit Fisto. The Nautolan is an incredible warrior, his underwater combat training giving him fluid grace that makes him nearly impossible to hit. But even he's tiring. There are just too many clones. For every one they drop, 2 more appear. The temple's defenders are being pushed back level by level. Anakin feels it through the Force. The eastern wing has fallen. The northern approach is barely holding. The hangar bay is lost. They're being surrounded. A hologram flickers to life in the center of the hall. Every Jedi freezes for just a moment. Palpatine's face appears, magnified to 3 meters tall. His expression is a mixture of rage and satisfaction. Ah, my wayward apprentice. I'm disappointed in you, Anakin. I offered you everything. Power, knowledge, the ability to save those you love. A place at my side as we reshape the galaxy into something better, something stronger. And you chose weakness. You chose to side with the Jedi who never trusted you, who always held you at arm's length, who denied you the rank you deserved. Anakin glares at the hologram. I chose not to murder children, Sidious. That title lands like a bomb. Every Jedi in earshot turns to stare. They've suspected, they've theorized. But hearing it confirmed is something else entirely. The enemy they've been hunting for over a decade has been right under their noses the whole time. In the Senate, leading the Republic, playing them all for fools. Palpatine's laugh is cruel and mocking. Children who would have grown into weapons against us. The Jedi poison young minds from birth, teaching blind obedience to their dogma. I would have freed them from that prison, freed them to become what they truly could be. Kit Fisto steps forward, his voice hard. You speak of freedom while enslaving an entire army. The clones are slaves to your programming. Where's the freedom in that? The Chancellor's smile doesn't reach his eyes. The clones serve the Republic. They were created for this purpose. Unlike the Jedi, who steal children from their families and brainwash them into your cult. At least I'm honest about what I am. The Jedi lie and call it enlightenment. Anakin feels anger rising in his chest. You murdered Master Windu, killed him in cold blood. Palpatine's expression hardens. Mace Windu tried to execute me without trial. He would have made himself dictator. I simply defended myself. More clones are flooding in during this conversation. Anakin realizes it's intentional. Palpatine is keeping them distracted while his forces gain ground. He ignites his lightsaber again, the blue glow cutting through the smoke. Enough talk. You want us dead. Come do it yourself instead of hiding behind enslaved men. For just a moment, something flickers across the Chancellor's face. Rage. Pure, undiluted rage. Then the hologram smiles again. Oh, I will come, young Skywalker. But first, I'm going to let you watch everything you tried to protect burn. When the temple falls, when every Jedi inside is dead, I'll find your beloved Padme. I'll tell her how you betrayed me, how you chose strangers over your own family, how you failed her just like you failed your mother. And she'll die knowing you weren't strong enough to save her. The hologram winks out. The words hit Anakin like a physical blow. Padme. How does Palpatine know about Padme? About their marriage? About their child? He's always known. He's been manipulating that vulnerability from the start. Anakin reaches out desperately through the Force, searching for her presence across the city. He finds it. She's safe for now, surrounded by guards and loyal senators in the Loyalist committee chambers. But for how long? Kit Fisto's hand lands on his shoulder. Focus, young one. We can't help anyone if we're dead. Fight now, worry later. The battle rages on. Minutes blur into hours, or maybe it's been mere minutes that feel like hours. Time loses meaning in combat. Anakin's arms ache from constant deflection. His robes are singed in a dozen places. There's a shallow cut across his cheek from a piece of shrapnel. But he's still standing, still fighting. Around him, Jedi hold the line with everything they have. Master Yoda appears at key moments, his presence like a beacon of hope. Where he fights, the clones cannot pass. Kit Fisto coordinates defensive positions. A Zabrak knight named Eth Koth holds the northern approach with 3 other masters. They're losing ground, but they're making the clones pay for every meter. Then a sound cuts through the chaos. A ship's engines. Anakin glances up through the shattered ceiling and sees a Jedi starfighter streaking through the Coruscant sky. It's badly damaged, trailing smoke. The fighter weaves between pursuing gunships, taking hits but refusing to go down. It angles toward the temple hangar and crashes through the bay doors in a controlled crash. Or barely controlled. The ship skids across the hangar floor, tearing through debris and smaller craft before finally sliding to a stop. The cockpit opens. A figure tumbles out, lightsaber already ignited. Even from this distance, Anakin recognizes that fighting stance. Obi-Wan. His master made it out. Relief floods through Anakin so powerfully, he almost loses focus. But there's no time for reunion. The clones are pressing their advantage. He deflects another barrage of bolts and risks a glance toward the hangar. Obi-Wan is fighting his way into the temple proper, moving through clone troopers like they're training dummies. Even exhausted, even wounded, Obi-Wan Kenobi is a master of Soresu, and he shows why. They meet in the main hall. For a moment, they just look at each other. Obi-Wan's robes are tattered and burned. There's blood on his face, and his arm is cradled close to his body. But his eyes are alive and burning with determination. Anakin. Thank the Force. I felt it through the Force. Felt Master Windu fall. Felt the darkness surge. I thought you were lost too. Almost was, Anakin admits. Palpatine is the Sith Lord, Master. He's been playing us for years. I know. Obi-Wan's voice is hollow, haunted. Cody tried to kill me. The 2/12th. Men I've fought beside for 3 years. They opened fire without warning. No hesitation, no mercy. I had to cut my way through my own troops. Good men, my brothers. They're all gone. Anakin sees something break behind his master's eyes. Obi-Wan has always been the steady one, the rational one, the Jedi who followed the code and kept his emotions in check. But there are tears tracking through the dirt on his face now. And in Obi-Wan's Force presence, Anakin senses something he's never felt from his master before. Raw, jagged grief. Rage barely held in check. Pain so deep it has no bottom. Master. Anakin's voice is soft. I'm sorry. The apology seems inadequate. But what else can he say? Obi-Wan takes a shaky breath and centers himself. The emotion doesn't disappear, but he masters it, channels it, uses it, without letting it control him. When he speaks again, his voice is steady. What's our situation? Bad. We're holding for now, but we're being pushed back. The younglings are being evacuated through the old tunnels. Masters Yoda, Fisto, and Koth are coordinating the defense, but there are just too many of them. Obi-Wan nods, processing. Then we make our stand here. Every moment we buy is another group of younglings that escapes. They'll rebuild the order. They'll ensure we didn't die for nothing. Side by side, master and former apprentice throw themselves back into battle. And something shifts. Obi-Wan's presence seems to bolster every Jedi in the temple. He's a legend, after all. The negotiator. The man who's never lost. If he's here, then maybe they can win this. The defense stiffens. Jedi fight harder. The clone advance slows. Anakin feels the change through the Force. Hope. That most dangerous and precious of emotions. They might actually survive this. But then he notices something. Obi-Wan is watching him. Even in the middle of combat, even while deflecting blaster bolts, his master's attention keeps returning to him, studying him, evaluating him. And there's something in that gaze that makes Anakin's stomach clench. Because Obi-Wan knows. Maybe he doesn't have all the details, but he knows something happened between Anakin and Palpatine. Knows his Padawan came dangerously close to falling. Anakin can see the questions forming, the doubt creeping in. After everything they've been through together, Obi-Wan still doesn't fully trust him, still sees the darkness lurking inside. And the worst part, he's right to doubt, because Anakin did fall. For a few hours, he was Darth Vader. He cut off Mace Windu's hand, pledged himself to a Sith Lord, and then changed his mind. Is that redemption, or just cowardice? He doesn't know. Between deflecting shots, Anakin catches glimpses of Obi-Wan's face. His master's jaw is tight. His eyes flicker with something that might be fear, or might be disappointment. They need to talk, but not now. Now they fight. A clone trooper gets close, and Anakin's blade takes his weapon. Obi-Wan's strike follows, non-lethal but disabling. They work together like they always have. Years of partnership have taught them to anticipate each other's moves. They're more effective as a team than they ever could be separately. And slowly, impossibly, they begin to turn the tide in the main hall. Kit Fisto joins them, then Eth Koth, then other masters. The Jedi form a unified front, driving the clones back toward the breached entrance. For a moment, Anakin dares to believe they might actually retake the ground floor. Then Yoda appears, moving faster than Anakin has ever seen him. Everyone back to the lower levels. Now, Master Yoda, retreat we must. The temple, hold we cannot. More troops coming, thousands more. Overwhelm us they will if we stay. The words are like ice water. More troops. Of course, Palpatine has an entire army. He can throw limitless resources at them. The Jedi have maybe 200 defenders left. The math is brutal and undeniable. The retreat is organized but painful. Jedi fall back in stages, covering each other. They seal blast doors behind them to slow the clone advance. They sabotage corridors, causing collapses that block pursuit. But every step backward is an admission of defeat. The temple, the heart of the Jedi Order for thousands of years, is falling. Level by level, room by room, it's being taken. And there's nothing they can do to stop it. They regroup in the deep meditation chambers, ancient rooms rarely used in modern times. Here, the stone is thicker. The defenses better. They can hold longer, but not forever. Yoda calls the remaining council members together. Grim our situation is. The temple, lost it is. But the younglings, safe they are. Through the tunnels, Shakti has led them. To the Undercity, from there to safe houses, to allies. They will scatter, survive, rebuild. That is what matters now. Kit Fisto's voice is quiet. And us? We hold as long as we can. Yoda's eyes are ancient and sad. No, a message we must send first. They gather around the meditation chamber's old communication equipment. Ancient tech, not connected to the main temple network. The clones haven't discovered it yet. Kit Fisto works the controls, managing to punch through the jamming. For a moment, they have a clear channel. Yoda speaks, his words carefully chosen. This is Master Yoda. A message to all surviving Jedi I send. Betrayed we have been. The clone troopers have been programmed to eliminate us. Trust them, you cannot. Order 66 has been activated by Chancellor Palpatine, who is revealed as Darth Sidious, the Sith Lord we've been hunting. The temple has fallen. Scattered across the galaxy, you are now. Hide, survive. Return to the temple, do not. A trap it has become. May the Force be with you, always. The message repeats on a loop. They don't know how many Jedi will receive it. The jamming is still active, and many are likely already dead. But some might hear it. Some might survive. That has to be enough. Obi-Wan stands apart from the others, his hands clasped behind his back. His knuckles are white. Anakin approaches cautiously. Master. Obi-Wan doesn't turn. Cody. 3 years, I fought beside him. Trusted him with my life 100 times. He never hesitated, never failed. We were friends. He saved me on Ryloth. I saved him on Christophsis. We knew each other's thoughts before we spoke them. And then he tried to kill me. Didn't even hesitate. Just opened fire like I was a training dummy. If I'd been even a second slower, I'd be dead. There are tears in his voice now. The other men of the 212th. Boyle, Waxer, Woolley, all of them. Good men. The best soldiers I've ever commanded. They all turned on me at once. I killed them, Anakin. I killed my own men. I had to. It was them or me. But that doesn't make it easier. I keep seeing their faces, hearing their voices. And I know they weren't in control. I know it wasn't their choice. But I still had to cut them down. How do I live with that? Anakin puts a hand on his shoulder. The same way we all live with impossible choices. We remember why we made them. You survived so you could save others. Those men would understand. They'd want you to live. Obi-Wan finally turns. His eyes are red. And when his gaze lands on Anakin, there's something searching in it. Something probing. I felt Mace Windu die. Felt him fall from a great height. The darkness that killed him, it was familiar. Old and terrible, and I've encountered it before. In the Senate building, close to the Chancellor's office. For years, I've passed that darkness and never recognized it for what it was. Anakin's heart clenches. Here it comes. Were you there, Anakin? When Master Windu died? The lie would be easy, but Anakin is done with lies. Yes, the single word hangs between them. Obi-Wan's expression doesn't change, but his Force presence draws in on itself. Guarded, wary. Tell me what happened. So Anakin does. All of it. The nightmares about Padme, Palpatine's revelation, the promise of power to save her, the confrontation with Mace Windu, the moment he cut off the Jedi Master's hand, watching Palpatine's lightning consume Windu, kneeling before the Sith Lord and accepting the name Darth Vader, the order to march on the temple, and then the choice, the younglings in the Force, the memory of his mother, the decision to turn back, everything. When he finishes, the silence is crushing. Obi-Wan stares at him, and behind those blue eyes, Anakin can see 1,000 thoughts flickering. Betrayal, disappointment, anger, but also something else. Understanding, compassion. It's hard to tell. Finally, Obi-Wan speaks. You fell to the dark side. His voice is flat, factual. Yes. And you came back. Yes. In the span of hours. Most who fall to the dark side never return. It takes years, decades, if they return at all. What made you different? I remembered who I was, what I stood for. I thought about Padme and realized she'd hate what I was about to become. I felt those younglings through the Force and knew I couldn't do it. I chose to be better than my fear. Obi-Wan's eyes are bright. You chose. That's the key. You had the strength to choose. Many don't. Most people, when they fall, they convince themselves they've made the right decision. They justify it, rationalize it, sink deeper. But you recognized the mistake immediately and corrected it. That takes incredible strength, Anakin. More strength than I think I have. The words are unexpected. Anakin stares at his master. You have more strength than anyone I know. Obi-Wan shakes his head. I follow the code because it's easier. It gives me rules, structure, guidance. When I doubt, I consult the code. When I'm uncertain, the code provides answers. But you don't have that. You question everything, push boundaries. And yet when it truly mattered, you made the right choice anyway. Not because the code told you to, not because a master ordered it, but because you decided it was right. His hand grips Anakin's shoulder. I'm proud of you. I'm angry, yes. Disappointed that you hid this from me, yes. But I'm also proud, and I trust you. Anakin feels something break open in his chest. After years of feeling like Obi-Wan doubted him, questioned him, held him at arm's length, this moment of validation means everything. Thank you, Master. We'll talk more about this later. About your nightmares, about Padme, about your attachment. The code, I think, has been too rigid. We've denied our emotions for so long that we've forgotten emotions are what make us strong. But later, right now, we fight. Right now, we survive. Anakin nods. They return to the council. The other masters look at them, and Yoda's gaze lingers on Anakin. The ancient master knows. The Force doesn't lie. But Yoda says nothing, just nods slightly, a gesture of understanding and acceptance. The plan comes together quickly. They can't hold the temple, but they can do something else. They can go after Palpatine directly, cut the head off the snake. Without him, Order 66 might destabilize. The clones might regain control. It's a desperate gambit, but desperate is all they have left. Yoda volunteers immediately. Face him, I must. 900 years I have trained Jedi. Failed them, I have. My responsibility this is. Obi-Wan steps forward. I'll go with you. And I. Kit Fisto. And I. Koth. A strike team. Small enough to move fast, powerful enough to have a chance. Anakin looks at them. I should come too. I know Palpatine better than any of you. I know how he thinks, how he fights. You need me. Mace Windu would say no, would cite Anakin's attachments, his closeness to the situation, his compromised judgment. But Mace Windu is dead. And the remaining council has seen Anakin fight today. Seen him choose the light when he could have chosen darkness. Seen him save younglings instead of slaughtering them. Yoda meets Anakin's gaze for a long moment. Then he nods. Come, you will. But careful, you must be. Close to the edge, you walk. Fall again, you might. I know. I'll be careful. The strike team prepares to leave. Other Jedi will hold the meditation chambers, buying them time. It's a suicide mission for those who stay behind. Everyone knows it. But there are no protests. They're Jedi. Sacrifice is what they do. Master Shakti has successfully evacuated the younglings through the tunnels. She contacts them one last time via a secure channel. The children are safe. We're heading to a safe house in the industrial sector. Allies are waiting. Master Yoda, what are your orders? Scatter the younglings. To different systems, send them. Alone or in small groups. Harder to find they will be. And you, Master Tai. She's quiet for a moment. I'll protect them as long as I can. If you don't succeed, I'll ensure the order survives. Even if I'm the last master standing, your dedication inspiring it is. May the Force be with you, and with you, Grand Master. The channel closes. They don't know if they'll ever speak again. The strike team slips out of the temple, through the same tunnels the younglings used. Ancient passages that haven't seen traffic in decades. The walls are rough stone, the air damp and stale. Luminous lichen provides dim light. Their footsteps echo in the darkness. They move in silence, conserving strength for what's coming. Anakin can feel Palpatine's presence in the Force now. A dark sun at the heart of Coruscant, radiating power and malice. The Sith Lord isn't hiding anymore. He's celebrating, broadcasting his victory for any Force sensitive to feel. He wants the remaining Jedi to feel his strength, to despair, to give up. It won't work. Anakin's jaw sets. He's coming for Palpatine. And this time, he's not alone. They emerge several kilometers from the Senate building. The Undercity is a different world, dark, damp, and dangerous. Criminal gangs control these levels. Spice dens, gambling halls, and fight clubs line the corridors. But today, even the criminals are scared. Word has spread that something terrible is happening above. The military has locked down entire sectors. Gunships patrol constantly, and bodies in Jedi robes, are being dumped into the lower levels. The criminals know a purge when they see one. They stay out of sight. The Jedi commandeer a civilian speeder. Obi-Wan pilots while the others stay low and hidden. They can't afford to be recognized. Clone patrols are everywhere, hunting for surviving Jedi. Twice they have to divert to avoid checkpoints. Once, a gunship passes directly overhead, and Anakin has to suppress his Force presence completely. They're so close. The Senate building looms ahead, its massive structure a monument to democracy. Or what democracy used to be. Now it's a Sith Lord's palace. Infiltrating won't be easy. The building is swarming with security. Clone shock troopers patrol every entrance. Red guards are stationed at key points. And somewhere inside, Palpatine waits, knowing they're coming, probably eager for the confrontation. But they have one advantage. Anakin knows the building intimately. Years of visiting Palpatine, of sitting in his office and absorbing his false wisdom, taught him every secret passage and maintenance tunnel. There's a service entrance on the lower levels. It's usually unguarded because it's tedious and slow. The perfect infiltration route. They land the speeder in a commercial district and make their way on foot. Cloaks up, hoods raised, moving through crowds of frightened civilians. Coruscant's population knows something is wrong, but not what. Rumors spread. The Jedi have rebelled. The Chancellor was attacked. The military has taken control. No one knows the truth except the people living it. Anakin feels their fear through the Force. These people trusted the Republic, trusted the Jedi, and now their world is falling apart. He wants to stop and reassure them, but there's no time. And what could he say that wouldn't be a lie? The streets are chaos. Speeder traffic is gridlocked. People rush in every direction, some fleeing the government district, others trying to reach family members. News broadcasts play on public screens showing conflicting reports. One channel shows the temple burning and claims the Jedi attempted a coup. Another shows footage of clone troopers executing unarmed Padawans and questions the official narrative. No one knows what to believe. Anakin watches a mother pull her children close as military speeders roar overhead. He sees an elderly man sitting on the curb, head in, his hands weeping. The Republic. This man knew his entire life is dying, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop it. They reach the service entrance. 2 clone troopers stand at attention, weapons ready. But these clones seem different. One of them has removed his helmet and is staring at his hands. Anakin can feel the confusion through the Force. The trooper is fighting something, fighting the programming. His brother nudges him. Put your helmet back on. Orders are orders. But the first trooper doesn't move. I killed him, Master Kolar. I served under him for 2 years. He taught me sabak, showed me how to improve my aim. And I shot him in the back. Why did I do that? His voice breaks. Why couldn't I stop myself? Yoda approaches slowly, his presence calming. The clones spin toward him, weapons rising on instinct. But Yoda raises his hand. Peace. I mean you no harm. Your fault. This was not. Controlled you were. By the Sith Lord who leads your Republic. The chips in your heads, they made you slaves. The first trooper's face crumples. We're not supposed to have chips. We were told the chips stabilize our growth, prevent aging problems. You were lied to. Yoda's voice is gentle but firm. Free you now, we can. Help us, and save many lives, you will. The 2 troopers look at each other. Then the first one nods. What do you need us to do? The troopers provide access codes and guard patrol schedules. They tell the Jedi which corridors are clear and which are swarming with shock troopers still under full control. Before the strike team leaves them, Obi-Wan speaks. When this is over, we'll help you. We'll remove those chips. You'll have your free will back. The trooper who spoke first meets his gaze. Some of us don't deserve free will after what we've done. Yes, you do. Obi-Wan's voice is firm. What you did under the chips isn't your fault, but what you do after they're removed, that's your choice. Choose wisely. Make your actions now count for something. Inside, the corridors are empty. Most of the Senate has fled or is in hiding. But as they move deeper, they begin hearing voices. A large gathering somewhere ahead. Anakin leads them toward the sound, using his knowledge of the building's layout. They emerge on a balcony overlooking one of the Senate's auxiliary chambers. Below, hundreds of senators are gathered, and at the podium stands Palpatine himself. He's addressing the Senate via hologram, his image projected large. His voice booms through the chamber with false warmth and authority. My fellow senators, today we have faced a grave threat to our Republic. The Jedi Order, sworn to protect us, has revealed its true nature. They attempted to assassinate me, your elected leader. They deployed their private army against the legitimate military of the Republic. They have long sought to control the Senate from the shadows, and today they tried to seize power by force. The crowd murmurs. Some senators look skeptical, others nod along. but many seem simply afraid. Palpatine continues. I have activated emergency protocols to protect us all. The clone army, created to serve the Republic, has neutralized the Jedi threat. Most of the traitors are dead or captured. Those who remain are fugitives. And I promise you, they will be found and brought to justice. Anakin's hands clench. The lies are so smooth, so believable. Palpatine has had decades to perfect this performance. Obi-Wan whispers beside him. We need to move before he consolidates power further. But Palpatine isn't done. My friends, the time has come for honesty. The Republic has been failing for years. Corruption, bureaucracy, endless debate while worlds burn. The Jedi failed to prevent the war. The Senate failed to end it. We need something stronger, something more decisive. Therefore, to ensure our security and prosperity, I am transforming the Republic into the first galactic empire. The chamber erupts. Some senators cheer, others gasp in horror. A few try to object but are drowned out. Palpatine's smile is triumphant, for a safe and secure society. But then a voice cuts through the chaos. No. Padme Amidala stands from her pod, her presence commanding despite the surrounding madness. Chancellor, or should I say Emperor? She lets the title drip with disdain. You claim the Jedi are traitors, but I have evidence that tells a different story. Documents from your own office. Communications proving you manipulated both sides of this war. Proof that you are the Sith Lord the Jedi have been hunting. She holds up a datapad. Everything is here. Your real identity, your conspiracy, your treason. The hologram of Palpatine flickers, his expression darkens. Senator Amidala, you would do well to reconsider your accusations. The evidence speaks for itself. And I'm not alone. Bail Organa stands from his pod. I've reviewed these documents. Senator Amidala is telling the truth. Mon Mothma rises. As have I. This entire crisis was engineered by the Chancellor to seize power. More senators begin standing, demanding investigations, demanding answers. Palpatine's image snarls. Then you are all traitors. Guards, arrest them. Clone troopers move toward the pods of the dissenting senators. But Padme's voice rings out again. Guards, will you arrest senators for telling the truth? Will you help him become a dictator? Or will you defend the Republic you swore to serve? Several troopers hesitate. The programming tells them to obey. But something in Padme's words resonates. They've seen too much today, done too much that feels wrong. One trooper lowers his weapon. I can't. Another follows, then more. Not all of them. Some open fire on the senators and chaos erupts. But enough hesitate that Padme and the others can escape their pods. The chamber descends into madness. Senators flee. Clone troopers fight each other, some defending Palpatine's targets, others trying to arrest them. And through it all, Palpatine's hologram watches with cold fury. Yoda turns from the balcony. Go, we must. While distracted he is. The strike team moves quickly through maintenance corridors. They can hear the chaos behind them growing. Blaster fire, screams. The Republic is tearing itself apart in real time. They're running out of time. If they don't stop Palpatine now, it won't matter what evidence Padme has. The Emperor will consolidate power, and anyone who opposes him will disappear. They move through the building like ghosts, using the Force to sense patrols before encountering them. They reach a checkpoint where 6 shock troopers bar the way. There's no getting around them. The corridor is narrow, defensible. The troopers have set up portable barriers and heavy repeating blasters. One of them speaks into a comlink. Intruders detected on level 87, requesting backup. Yoda steps forward, his small form non-threatening. But when he extends his hand, the troopers find themselves lifted off the ground. They float there, weapons clattering to the floor, unable to move. Yoda sets them down gently. Sleep now. The troopers collapse into unconscious heaps. Prefer not to kill them, I do. Victims they are, not villains. Level by level, they ascend. Each floor brings them closer to Palpatine's office. And with each floor, the dark side presence grows stronger. It's like approaching a black sun. The air itself feels heavy, oppressive. Anakin can feel it trying to worm into his mind, whispering doubts, reminding him of his failures, his mother, his nightmares about Padme, the younglings he almost killed. The dark side knows his weaknesses and exploits them. But he's faced this before. He breathes through it, centers himself, and keeps moving. They pass a window and Anakin glances out at the city. In the distance, the temple still burns. But he can see something else now. Small ships fleeing from the lower levels. The evacuation worked. The younglings escaped. Shakti succeeded in her mission. That knowledge gives him strength. They didn't fail completely. Lives were saved. The Order will survive, even if the temple doesn't. Obi-Wan notices where he's looking. They made it out. Shakti got them to safety. Anakin nods. Then we finish this. For them, for all of them. The corridor leading to the Chancellor's office is lined with red guards. 20 of them, standing in perfect formation. These aren't ordinary guards. These are the elite, the most skilled, most dangerous warriors in the Senate Guard. Each one is a match for several clone troopers. Against Jedi, they're formidable opponents. And there are 20 of them between the strike team and Palpatine. This is the last obstacle, the final test before the confrontation. Yoda looks at his companions. Ready, are you? They ignite their lightsabers in response. The corridor fills with colored light. Green, blue, green, blue, green. 5 Jedi against 20 guards. The odds are terrible. The Jedi have faced worse. The battle is swift and brutal. Red guards use traditional weapons, vibroblades and force pikes. But they're trained to fight force users. They work in pairs, coordinating attacks to keep the Jedi off balance. One strikes high while another goes low. One feints while another commits. They're disciplined, efficient, deadly. A guard swings at Obi-Wan's head. He ducks and counters, but another guard is already attacking his exposed flank. Kit Fisto intercepts that strike, and the dance continues. The corridor becomes a whirlwind of motion. Lightsabers clash against vibroblades. Force pushes send guards flying. Yoda becomes a spinning dervish of green light, his small size making him nearly impossible to hit. Anakin faces 3 guards at once. They circle him, looking for openings. He doesn't give them any. His blade moves in precise patterns, the Form V techniques blending with his natural aggression. A guard thrusts at his chest. Anakin parries and riposts, his blade slicing through the man's weapon. Before the guard can recover, Anakin's follow-up strike drops him, but the other 2 press their advantage. They attack from opposite sides, forcing Anakin to split his attention. He deflects one strike with his blade and uses the Force to redirect the other. Then he counterattacks, his lightsaber moving faster than the eye can follow. One guard falls, then the other. Koth fights with controlled fury, his Zabrak strength giving him an edge. He batters through a guard's defense with raw power, then spins to face the next. Kit Fisto's water-trained agility makes him slippery and unpredictable. He ducks under strikes that should have killed him, and counterattacks from impossible angles. Obi-Wan is a master of Soresu, the ultimate defensive form. No attack reaches him. His blade is always in the right place at the right time. And Yoda. Yoda is a force of nature. 800 years of combat experience distilled into 2 feet of green determination. The Red Guards fall one by one. They're skilled, but they're facing 5 of the greatest Jedi alive. In under 3 minutes, it's over. The strike team stands among the bodies, breathing hard. None of them are seriously wounded, but they're tired. Each fight, each battle today has taken its toll, and the hardest fight is still ahead. The doors to Palpatine's office stand open, waiting, inviting. Anakin can feel the Sith Lord's presence beyond, can feel him sitting at his desk, calm and confident. Palpatine knows they're here, has known since they entered the building. And he's not worried. That confidence terrifies Anakin more than anything else. They enter as one. The office is exactly as Anakin remembers, luxurious but understated. Art and statues from 1,000 worlds, floor-to-ceiling windows showing the Coruscant skyline. And behind the desk, Palpatine. No, not Palpatine anymore. Darth Sidious. The mask is off. The kindly Chancellor persona has been discarded. What sits before them is pure Sith. His yellow eyes burn with dark side, corruption. His face, always aged, now shows the true price of the power he's wielded. He looks ancient and terrible and utterly confident. "Ah, Master Jedi. Welcome, I've been expecting you." His voice is smooth, cultured, almost friendly. "Please, come in. We have much to discuss." Yoda thumps his cane on the floor. "Discuss nothing, we will. Your reign of terror ends today." Palpatine's laugh is genuinely amused. "My reign has only just begun, little one. The Jedi are broken. The Republic is mine. I have an army of millions, and you have a handful of desperate survivors. This isn't the end. It's the beginning of my empire." Obi-Wan steps forward. The Republic will never accept an emperor. The Senate will resist. People will fight. Will they? Palpatine stands, his movements graceful and unhurried. "I've spent decades positioning my pieces. The Senate is filled with my allies and puppets. Those who might have resisted, like your precious Padme Amidala, are isolated and powerless. The military follows me. The people crave security after years of war. They'll accept any government that promises peace, even a dictatorship, especially a dictatorship." Anakin's blood runs cold at the mention of Padme's name. "You leave her out of this." "Oh, but she's integral to this young Skywalker. She's the weakness I used to almost turn you. The love you weren't supposed to feel. The attachment the Jedi forbid. Did you really think I didn't know? I've known about your little romance from the beginning. I encouraged it, nurtured it, used it, and it almost worked. You almost became my apprentice, almost embraced your true power." Anakin's fists clench. "I'll never serve you." "No. Pity. You would have been magnificent. But if I can't have you as an apprentice, I'll settle for killing you with the others." Palpatine's hands suddenly flash forward. Lightning erupts, not in a single stream but in a storm. Bolts of pure dark side energy fill the room, arcing toward all 5 Jedi at once. They barely get their lightsabers up in time. Mace catches the lightning on his purple blade, redirecting it into the walls. Yoda absorbs it with the Force, his small form radiating power. Obi-Wan, Kit, Eth, and Anakin all block with their blades, but the force of the attack drives them backward. This isn't like fighting Dooku or Ventress. This is a Sith Lord at full power, and they're already tired from hours of combat. The lightning intensifies. The very air crackles with energy. Anakin feels his blade growing hot in his hands. The Kyber crystal inside is struggling to contain the dark side power, being channeled through it. Around him, the other Jedi are being pushed back step by step. They can't advance, can barely hold their ground. And Palpatine is smiling, not even breathing hard, just standing there with his arms extended, pouring out death. This is what true mastery looks like. This is the power of the dark side unleashed. Then Yoda makes his move. The ancient Jedi Master doesn't try to outlast the lightning. Instead, he absorbs it completely, drawing it into himself through the Force. His body glows with energy, and then he redirects it, not back at Palpatine, but into the floor. The entire office shakes, the windows crack, and the lightning storm stops as Sidious is forced to cut off the flow or risk having his own power used against him. In that moment of respite, the Jedi attack. Kit Fisto rushes in from the right, his blade aimed at Palpatine's side. Heathcote comes from the left. Obi-Wan charges straight ahead. Anakin leaps, attacking from above. And Yoda moves faster than thought, his lightsaber flashing green in the smoke-filled room. Palpatine produces a lightsaber from his sleeve. The blade ignites red, and suddenly the Sith Lord is moving. His fighting style is unlike anything Anakin has ever seen. It's not one of the traditional forms. It's all of them, and none of them. Chaotic and precise simultaneously, elegant and brutal. Palpatine's blade meets Kit Fisto's strike and deflects it into Heathcote's path. Both Jedi stumble as their attacks interfere with each other. Palpatine spins and his lightsaber slashes across Obi-Wan's shoulder. The Jedi Master grunts in pain but doesn't fall. His counterstrike forces Palpatine back a step. Then Anakin's attack comes from above. Palpatine rolls aside at the last second, and Anakin's blade scores the desk instead. The Sith Lord laughs. Is that the best the legendary Anakin Skywalker can do? The taunt works. Anakin feels anger rising and has to fight it down. He channels the emotion without letting it control him. Uses it as fuel, but not as guidance. His next attack is more measured, more controlled. His blade moves in the patterns of Form V, powerful and precise. Palpatine blocks, but the force of the blow drives him back. Yoda joins the assault, and suddenly Sidious is facing two opponents, the ancient Jedi Master and the Chosen One. Their blades flash in tandem, attacking from multiple angles. For the first time, Palpatine's confidence wavers, but only for a moment. He unleashes another burst of lightning, this time at point-blank range. Yoda catches it with his blade. Anakin tries to do the same, but some of the energy gets through. Pain lances through his body. His muscles spasm. He falls back, gasping. Palpatine presses his advantage, attacking Yoda with renewed fury. Their blades move so fast, they're just colored blurs. The duel is beyond anything Anakin has seen. Two masters at the absolute peak of their abilities, both fighting for their lives. Obi-Wan recovers and re-enters the fight. His wounded shoulder slows him but doesn't stop him. He attacks Palpatine's flank, forcing the Sith Lord to divide his attention. Kit Fisto and Heathcote join from the other side. 5 against 1 again. But Palpatine doesn't falter. His mastery of the Force is too great. He uses telekinesis to hurl furniture at them. The heavy desk flies across the room and nearly crushes Heathcote. A statue of some ancient Sith Lord tears free from its mounting and smashes into Kit Fisto. The Norterlan goes down hard. Anakin forces himself to his feet. His body still tingles from the lightning, but he pushes through it. He has to. This is everything. If they fail here, Palpatine wins. The Jedi are destroyed. The Republic becomes an empire. And Padme, she'll be another casualty. Silenced or killed. He won't let that happen. Can't let that happen. He ignites his blade and throws himself back into the fight. His strikes come faster now, fueled by desperation and determination. Palpatine blocks, but Anakin doesn't relent. He attacks again and again, pushing the Sith Lord back toward the windows. For a moment, Their blades lock. Anakin stares into those yellow eyes and sees nothing human there, just hunger. Endless, consuming hunger for power. You could have been my heir, boy. Now you're just another corpse. Anakin's response is to push harder. Their blades disengage and he follows with a spinning strike aimed at Palpatine's head. The Sith Lord ducks and counters with a thrust at Anakin's chest. Obi-Wan's blade intercepts it. Master and former Padawan fight side by side, their coordination perfect after years of partnership. Palpatine is forced back step by step. Yoda attacks from one side, his strikes impossibly fast for someone of his size and age. Anakin and Obi-Wan press from the front. Koth has recovered and joins from behind. Kit Fisto is still down but moving. They're wearing him down. Slowly, painfully slowly. They're winning. Then Palpatine changes tactics. He disengages completely, leaping backward in a Force-enhanced jump that carries him across the room. His hands come up, and lightning explodes in all directions. Not aimed at the Jedi, aimed at the windows. The massive transparasteel panels shatter, and suddenly the office is open to the Coruscant sky. Wind roars in. The floor is littered with shards of broken glass. And Palpatine stands on the edge of the drop, his robes whipping in the wind, his arms outstretched. You want me? Come and get me. Then he falls backward, disappearing into the abyss. Without hesitation, Anakin runs to the edge and looks down. Palpatine is falling, but not helplessly. He's using the Force to control his descent, falling toward a Senate platform 50 meters below. Other Jedi might hesitate, might recognize the trap. But Anakin doesn't think. He jumps. Behind him, Obi-Wan curses and follows. Then Yoda, then the others. They can't let Palpatine escape. This ends now. The fall seems to last forever. Wind tears at them. The city spreads out in all directions, a metal jungle of towers and speeders and endless lights. Anakin uses the Force to guide himself toward Palpatine, pulls himself through the air like a missile. He crashes into the Sith Lord, and they tumble together, trading strikes even in mid-fall. Their lightsabers flash. Palpatine's lightning arcs between them. Then they hit the platform and roll apart. The other Jedi land moments later, forming a circle around the Sith Lord. Palpatine stands slowly. He's bleeding from a cut on his cheek. His robes are torn. But he's smiling. Yes, this is what I wanted. True combat, the kind of battle that legends are made of. Come then, Jedi. Show me your power. He rushes forward, and the battle resumes. But something is different now. Palpatine is fighting with increased desperation. The Senate platform is smaller, giving him less room to maneuver, and he's finally starting to tire. The constant use of Force lightning, the sustained combat against 5 opponents, even a Sith Lord has limits. Yoda senses it and presses harder. His attacks become more aggressive, taking risks he wouldn't normally take. Anakin follows his lead, pouring everything he has into the fight. Every lesson, every technique, every ounce of strength. His blade moves in patterns that blend Form 5 with Form Vu, power and agility combining. He's not the most skilled duelist here. That's probably Obi-Wan. And he's not the most powerful. That's Yoda. But he's the most determined, because he knows what's at stake. Everything. Everyone he loves. The entire galaxy. It all comes down to this. Palpatine unleashes another lightning storm. Yoda absorbs it and channels it back. The two of them enter a battle of pure Force power, lightning arcing between them. The platform begins to crack under the strain. Warning lights flash. Structural damage alerts sound. The platform is coming apart. Anakin realizes they're standing on a ticking bomb. Master Yoda, the platform. Yoda doesn't respond. He's locked in battle with Palpatine, neither able to overcome the other. Lightning fills the air between them. The Force itself seems to scream. Then Anakin sees it. An opening. Palpatine is focused entirely on Yoda. The Sith Lord's defense is absolute against the Ancient Master, but that means his attention is divided. Anakin doesn't hesitate. He uses the Force to pull Palpatine's lightsaber out of his hand. The weapon flies across the platform. Without his blade, Palpatine is forced to channel all his power into the lightning. But that leaves him exposed. Obi-Wan sees the opportunity and attacks. His blade comes in low, aimed at Palpatine's legs. The Sith Lord has to choose: maintain the lightning or defend himself. He chooses to maintain the attack on Yoda. Obi-Wan's strike connects. Palpatine screams as his leg is severed below the knee. He falls, his concentration broken. The lightning cuts off. Yoda stumbles, drained from the exertion. But he's still standing. Palpatine writhes on the platform, his yellow eyes blazing with hate and pain. You think you've won? You've won nothing. The galaxy is already mine. My empire will endure. Kill me, and 10 more like me will rise. Anakin walks forward slowly. His blade is still ignited. We'll take that chance. Palpatine looks up at him. Do it then. Strike me down. Give in to your hate. Become what you were meant to be. My heir. My successor. Even in death, I'll have won. Anakin pauses. The dark side whispers to him how easy it would be to simply end it, to cut this monster down, to finish what Mace Windu started. He feels the rage building, the satisfaction of revenge, all the manipulation, all the lies, all the deaths Palpatine caused. He deserves to die. But that's the dark side talking. That's what Palpatine wants. For Anakin to kill him in anger, to cross that line and never come back. Anakin takes a breath and deactivates his lightsaber. No, I won't give you that. You'll stand trial. Face justice for your crimes. That's the Jedi way. Palpatine's face twists with rage. You fool. You weak, pathetic fool. You think justice exists? You think the Republic will hold me accountable? I have allies everywhere. Senators in my pocket. Military commanders loyal to me. I'll be free within weeks. And then I'll destroy everything you love. Starting with your precious Padme. Anakin's hand moves to his lightsaber again. But Obi-Wan steps beside him. Don't. He's trying to provoke you. Don't give him the satisfaction. Yoda hobbles forward, leaning on his cane. Tried, he will be. Justice, he will face. The Republic's justice, not ours. But we need to be sure he can't escape. Obi-Wan looks at the Sith Lord. And we need to get off this platform before it collapses. Kit Fisto and Heathcote grab Palpatine, restraining him despite his struggles. His force powers are exhausted. His body is broken. He's helpless now. Just an old man who reached too far. They lift him and begin moving toward a more stable platform nearby. But Palpatine's eyes find Anakin one more time. You'll regret this. All of you. The dark side doesn't die. It endures. And one day, someone will finish what I started. The galaxy will burn. And it will be your fault for being too weak to stop it when you had the chance. The words burrow into Anakin's mind, but he pushes them away. They get off the crumbling platform, just as it finally gives way. The structure tears free from its moorings and plummets toward the lower levels. Behind them, they can hear it crash. Ahead, Senate guards and clone troopers are approaching. But these ones aren't hostile. They're confused. News is spreading. The Chancellor has been defeated. Order 66 was based on lies. Some clones are still under the influence of their chips, but others are starting to break free. Questions are being asked. Weapons are being lowered. Bail Organa appears with a squad of Senate guards. Senator. Obi-Wan greets him wearily. We need to get Palpatine secured. and we need to broadcast the truth about what happened. Bail nods. I've already been working on that. Senator Amidala and others have been gathering evidence. Documents from Palpatine's office proving his Sith identity. Communications showing his manipulation of both sides of the war. It's all being compiled for release. The mention of Padme's name makes Anakin's heart clench. Is she safe? Bail smiles slightly. She's fine. Worried about you, actually. She's in the Loyalist chambers. You should see her when this is done. The next hours are a blur. Palpatine is taken into custody, his powers bound by force-suppressing restraints. Medical teams treat the wounded Jedi. The news breaks across Coruscant and then across the galaxy. The Chancellor was a Sith Lord. The Jedi were defending the Republic, not betraying it. Order 66 was a conspiracy. Slowly, painfully, the attack on the Jedi begins to wind down. Not everywhere. Some clone units are too far gone, their chips too deeply embedded. They continue hunting Jedi until they're stopped by force. But in many places, the programming breaks. Clones realize what they've done and are horrified. Anakin finally makes it to the Loyalist chambers. Padme is there, surrounded by senators and guards. When she sees him, her face transforms. Relief and joy and love all mixed together. She runs to him and he catches her in his arms. She's crying. I thought, I was so afraid. I'm here. I'm okay. They hold each other as if they'll never let go. Around them, people politely look away. Obi-Wan watches from across the room and smiles sadly. He's happy for his friend, but he also knows what comes next. The conversation they need to have about the code and attachment and Anakin's future in the Order. Days pass. The full scale of the tragedy becomes clear. Over half the Jedi Order is dead. Hundreds of Jedi cut down by the clones they trusted. The survivors trickle back to Coruscant, broken and traumatized. The temple is a ruin. Parts of it can be salvaged, but it will never be the same. The Jedi who remain are changed. Some are angry, demanding the clones all be decommissioned and punished. Others are more understanding, recognizing the clones were victims too. The debate rages. Meanwhile, the Republic itself is in chaos. Palpatine's emergency powers have to be revoked. His appointments need to be reviewed. The military structure he built needs to be dismantled. But how? The Senate is split between those who supported him and those who opposed him. Violence threatens to break out. It takes Bail Organa, Mon Mothma, and Padme working around the clock to prevent civil war. They argue for reconciliation, for truth and justice, but also for mercy, for understanding that Palpatine fooled everyone. The clone army is the biggest question. What do they do with millions of soldiers who were forced to commit genocide? Some call for their execution, others want them imprisoned. But Padme argues they're victims. They had no choice. Their free will was stolen. The compromise is to immediately begin removing the inhibitor chips. Medical teams work overtime. Each clone has to be sedated and operated on. It's a massive undertaking. And during the surgeries, the truth comes out. The clones had no idea the chips existed, didn't know they could be controlled. The revelation horrifies them. Anakin spends hours with the troopers from the 501st. Men he commanded, men who tried to kill him. Rex is there, having escaped from another mission when Order 66 activated. He barely survived. His chip malfunctioned partially, giving him just enough awareness to resist. He removed it himself with the help of Ahsoka Tano. Now he's helping other clones recover. Commander Cody arrives from the Outer Rim. When he sees Obi-Wan, he breaks down. "General, I tried to kill you. I'm so sorry." I couldn't stop myself. I could see what I was doing, but I couldn't stop. Obi-Wan embraces him. I know. It wasn't your fault. You're free now. We'll get through this together. The surgeries continue for weeks. Each clone removed from the program is another victory, but also another tragedy. Because they remember. They remember every Jedi they killed, every friend they murdered. The guilt is crushing. Some clones can't handle it. Suicide rates spike. Support groups form. Jedi work alongside the clones, offering counseling and force healing where possible. It's not enough. Nothing could be enough. But it's something. Anakin works with a trooper named Fives. The man's chip was damaged during the surgery, and he has partial memories of the programming. He describes it as being trapped in his own body, watching himself do horrible things, but unable to stop. His hands pulled the trigger. His eyes aimed the weapon. But it wasn't him. Not really. I killed Master Tiplar, Fives says quietly. She was kind. Always had time for the men. Treated us like people, not tools. And I shot her in the head without hesitation. How do I live with that? Anakin puts a hand on his shoulder. You live by making sure it never happens again. You protect others. You help your brothers. You honor her memory by being the man she believed you were. But Fives shakes his head. It's not enough. I see her face every time I close my eyes. I hear the sound the blaster made, feel the recoil, and I remember feeling nothing, just executing an order like I was programmed to do. We always said we weren't droids, that we could think for ourselves. But when it mattered most, we were worse than droids. At least droids don't feel guilt. Anakin understands that pain more than Fives knows. I almost did worse. I almost killed children, younglings who trusted me. I stood at the temple doors, ready to lead the slaughter. The only difference between us is I had a few extra seconds to change my mind. You didn't have that choice. Your chip took it away. Over the following months, Anakin becomes deeply involved in clone rehabilitation. He visits the medical centers daily, talking to troopers as they wake from surgery. Some are angry, some are broken, some are relieved. Each one has a story. Each one needs to be heard. He meets a trooper named Apo, the commander who led the assault on the temple. Apo wakes from surgery screaming. The medical droids have to sedate him 3 times before he calms down. When Anakin visits, Apo won't look at him. I tried to kill you, sir. I gave the order. My men, they followed me. And we murdered. How many Jedi died because I gave those orders? Anakin sits beside the bed. You didn't give those orders. Palpatine did. He used you. Used all of you. Apo finally looks at him, and his eyes are hollow. Does it matter? The blood is still on my hands. The deaths still happened. Whether I was in control or not, I'm the one who did it. I'm the one who has to live with it. And I don't know if I can. Anakin stays with him for hours, talking, sharing his own struggles with darkness, his own guilt over the Tuskens. By the time he leaves, Apo is sleeping peacefully for the first time since the surgery. It's a small victory, but it matters. Rex becomes the unofficial leader of the clone rehabilitation effort. He organizes support groups where troopers can talk openly about their experiences. He brings in Jedi who survived, facilitating conversations between the clones and the people they tried to kill. These sessions are difficult, painful, full of tears and rage and grief, but they're necessary. Healing requires confronting the trauma, not hiding from it. One particularly powerful session involves Cody and Obi-Wan sitting in a circle with a dozen other clone Jedi pairs. The room is silent, except for the sound of quiet crying. Cody speaks first. His voice shakes. I aimed at your back, sir. Didn't give you a chance. Didn't hesitate. You trusted me with your life for 3 years, and I repaid that by trying to murder you. I was your friend, your brother, and I pulled the trigger. Obi-Wan's response is gentle. You were my friend. You are my friend. What happened wasn't your choice. It wasn't you. The programming took away your free will, and the moment it was removed, you came back. That's who you really are, the man who came back. But Cody shakes his head. I remember it, sir. I remember watching you fall, and I felt satisfaction, relief that the mission was complete. The chip made me feel those things, made me want you dead. What if some part of me really felt that way? What if the chip just gave me permission to act on thoughts I already had? Obi-Wan moves closer, putting a hand on Cody's shoulder. I know you. I've seen you at your best and your worst. I've seen you show compassion to civilians, mercy to enemies, loyalty to your brothers. That's who you are. Not what the chip forced you to do. Cody breaks down completely, sobbing into his hands. Obi-Wan pulls him into an embrace and holds him while he cries. Around the circle, similar scenes play out. A clone named Boyle talks about killing Jedi younglings during the temple assault. His Jedi, a young knight named Seri, listens without judgment. When Boyle finishes, Seri speaks. I forgive you. I know those words might not mean much right now, but I want you to hear them. You're forgiven. You were a victim too, and you deserve to heal. Boyle looks at her with disbelief. How can you forgive that? How can you look at me without seeing a monster? Because I see a man who's in pain, a man who's fighting to be better. That's not a monster, that's a hero. The sessions continue weekly. Slowly, the clones begin to heal. Not completely. The scars are too deep for that. But they learn to live with what happened, to process it, to move forward. Rex creates a memorial wall at the Mandalore settlement. Names of every Jedi killed during Order 66. Thousands of names. The clones visit it regularly, paying respects. Some leave flowers, others leave notes. I'm sorry. I wish I could have stopped it. You deserved better. The wall becomes sacred ground, a place of mourning and remembrance. Anakin helps establish vocational training programs for clones who want to leave military life entirely. Many discover they have talents beyond combat. Some become engineers, others teachers. A few find success as pilots in civilian transport. One trooper named Hardcase opens a restaurant on Coruscant, specializing in military rations, elevated to gourmet status. It becomes surprisingly popular. Another clone named Tup becomes a counselor, helping other veterans process trauma. He's exceptionally good at it, understands the struggle in a way civilians never could. But not all stories have happy endings. Some clones can't overcome the guilt. Despite all the therapy and support, they see themselves as murderers, as traitors to the men they served beside. A clone named Dogma takes his own life 3 months after his chip is removed. He leaves a note. I can't see their faces anymore, can't hear their voices. All I see is what I did. All I hear are the screams. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I can't live with this. His brothers find him and hold a funeral. They don't blame him. They understand. The suicide becomes a turning point. Rex calls for more aggressive mental health intervention. Mandatory counseling for all clones, daily check-ins, buddy systems to ensure no one is alone with their thoughts too long. It helps. The suicide rate drops, not to 0, but lower. Every life saved is a victory. Every clone who chooses to keep fighting is proof that redemption is possible. Anakin attends Dogma's funeral, stands among the clones as they say goodbye to their brother, and he makes a promise. No more. We save everyone we can, No one else gets left behind. The political situation remains volatile for months. Palpatine's trial is a media spectacle. Every day brings new revelations. Communications showing him orchestrating false flag attacks. Financial records proving he funded both sides of the war. Testimony from former advisors describing his Sith practices. The evidence is overwhelming, but Palpatine remains defiant. In the courtroom, bound by force-suppressing restraints, he shows no remorse. You call this a trial? This is a farce. You've already decided I'm guilty. Already written your verdict. The prosecutor, a Togruta named Chora Bant, doesn't flinch. We've decided nothing. The evidence speaks for itself. You manipulated the Republic, started a war that killed billions, attempted genocide against the Jedi. These are facts, not opinions. Palpatine smiles coldly. I brought order to chaos, strength to weakness. The Republic was dying long before I took power. I simply accelerated the inevitable. The galaxy needed a strong hand. I provided it. Your so-called democracy is just mob rule dressed up with pretty words. The trial lasts 3 months. Witness after witness testifies. Senators describe his manipulation. Military officers detail his secret orders. Jedi survivors recount Order 66. The clones give the most powerful testimony. They describe the violation of having their free will stolen, of being turned into weapons against their brothers. One clone, a veteran named Hauser, speaks for nearly an hour. He describes watching himself kill Jedi he respected, loved, and being powerless to stop it. By the time he finishes, half the courtroom is crying. Palpatine is convicted on all counts. The sentencing takes place in a packed chamber. The judge, a human woman named Thanakolis, reads the verdict. Sheev Palpatine, you have been found guilty of treason, war crimes, crimes against sentience, genocide, and conspiracy to commit mass murder. The evidence against you is irrefutable. Your actions have resulted in the deaths of billions, the destruction of the Jedi Order, the corruption of the Republic itself. There is no punishment adequate for what you've done, but we will do our best. I sentence you to life imprisonment in a maximum security force-suppressing facility. You will spend the rest of your days in isolation. No contact with the outside world. No opportunity to spread your poison. You will have time to reflect on what you've done, to face the consequences of your choices. May you find in that solitude what you never found in power: peace. The courtroom erupts in applause. Palpatine is led away, still smiling, still confident, as if he knows something they don't. Anakin watches from the gallery. He doesn't applaud, just watches the Sith Lord disappear through a doorway, hoping it's truly over, fearing it might not be. The months turn to years. The galaxy slowly stabilizes. The Confederation finds its footing. Worlds that left return. New trade agreements are signed. The economy recovers, but it's fragile. Always one crisis away from collapse. Padme works tirelessly in the Senate, building coalitions and drafting legislation. She pushes through reforms protecting Force sensitives from discrimination, ensures clones have full citizenship rights, establishes oversight for any future military forces. It's exhausting work, but necessary. On Naboo, life settles into routine. Anakin and Padme adjust to parenthood. The twins are healthy and growing fast. Luke is quiet but observant. Leia is vocal and opinionated, even as an infant. They're completely different personalities. Anakin loves watching them develop, discovering who they are. He changes diapers at 3 a.m. while Padme sleeps, sings lullabies he half remembers from his mother, plays peekaboo until the twins giggle. These mundane moments are precious beyond measure. When the twins are 6 months old, Ahsoka visits. She's been working in the Outer Rim, helping refugees displaced by the war. She looks tired but happy. Snips. Anakin greets her with a hug. "It's good to see you." "You too, Master." She pulls back and grins. "Or should I call you Dad now?" "Both works. Come meet your niece and nephew." Ahsoka spends the afternoon with the twins. She's a natural with children. Makes funny faces that send them into fits of giggles. Uses the Force to float toys around the room. Luke tracks them with his eyes, fascinated. Leia tries to grab them. "They're strong in the Force," Ahsoka observes. "You'll need to start training them young." "Not too young," Anakin says. "I want them to have a childhood first. Let them be kids before they have to be Jedi. If they want to be Jedi at all, that's their choice." Ahsoka nods approvingly. "You've changed, become wiser. The old you would have pushed them into training immediately. The old me almost became Vader. I learned my lesson. Family comes first, always." They talk for hours about everything: the war, the Jedi, the future. Ahsoka admits she's considering rejoining the Order, not as a full member, but as a teacher. "I have experience they need, and I miss being part of something bigger than myself." "You should do it," Anakin encourages. "The younglings would be lucky to have you." "What about you? Will you ever come back?" Anakin looks at his sleeping children. "Maybe someday, when they're older, when they don't need me as much. But for now, I'm exactly where I need to be." Ahsoka smiles. "Good answer. The best Jedi are the ones who know when to put down the lightsaber and just live." The twins grow quickly. At 1 year old, they're walking and babbling. At 2, they're running and forming sentences. Anakin teaches them about the Force gradually, nothing formal, just awareness. "Look at the tree, Luke. Feel it in the Force. It's alive, just like you." "Can you sense it?" Luke closes his eyes and reaches out. After a moment, he nods. "It's happy, growing." Anakin smiles. "That's right. Everything is connected." When Leia shows interest, he teaches her too. But she's more interested in how things work. "Why does the Force make things move, Daddy?" "What's the mechanism?" Anakin tries to explain. "It's not mechanical, sweetie. It's more like convincing the object to move. You ask it nicely and it listens." Leia frowns. "That doesn't make sense. How can an object listen? It doesn't have ears." Anakin laughs. "You're thinking like an engineer. That's good. But the Force doesn't follow normal rules. You have to feel it, not think about it." Leia remains skeptical but practices anyway. Within weeks, she can move small objects with her mind. Luke prefers sensing living things through the Force, feeling their emotions, understanding them. The twins' different approaches fascinate Anakin. They're proof that the Force manifests uniquely in everyone. When the twins are 3, Anakin takes his first mission since they were born. A slaving ring on Tatooine needs to be dismantled. It's personal. He can't ignore it. Padme understands. "Go. Do what you need to do. We'll be fine." The mission takes 2 weeks. Anakin works with local resistance fighters to locate the slavers' base. They find it in the Dune Sea, a hidden compound with dozens of captives. Men, women, children, all property in the eyes of their captors. Anakin's rage is cold and controlled. He's learned to channel it, to use it without letting it control him. The assault happens at night. Anakin leads a team of freed slaves and resistance fighters. They move through the compound methodically. The slavers fight back, but they're no match for a Jedi. Anakin's lightsaber cuts through their weapons. His Force powers disarm them. Within an hour, the compound is secure. The captives are freed. Anakin personally removes their slave chips, gives them credits to start new lives. watches them walk away as free people. It doesn't bring back his mother, doesn't erase the past, but it helps. He returns to Naboo, exhausted but satisfied. Padme greets him at the door with the twins clinging to her legs. "Daddy!" they shout in unison. Anakin scoops them up, one in each arm. "I missed you so much." "Did you save people?" Luke asks. "Yes, I saved a lot of people." "Were there bad guys?" Leia wants to know. "Yes, but the bad guys can't hurt anyone anymore." The twins are satisfied with this answer. They don't need details. Just knowing their father helps people is enough. As the years pass, Anakin takes more missions, never long, never far, but enough to make a difference. He breaks up pirate operations, stops warlords, protects vulnerable communities. He doesn't advertise, doesn't seek fame, just quietly does the work. But word spreads. The Peacekeeper, they call him. A mysterious warrior who appears when needed and vanishes when the job is done. Some claim he's a Jedi. Others say he's something else entirely, something new. The rumors amuse Anakin. He's just a man with a lightsaber trying to do good. The twins start formal education at age 5, not at the temple, at a regular school on Naboo. Anakin and Padme want them socialized with non-Force sensitives, want them to understand the wider galaxy. Leia thrives. She's popular with other children, organizes playground games, mediates disputes, shows early leadership. Luke is quieter, has a few close friends rather than many acquaintances, prefers reading to playing, but he's happy. Both children are happy. That's what matters most. Obi-Wan visits for the twins' 5th birthday. He brings training sabers as gifts. The children are delighted. "Uncle Obi-Wan!" Luke shouts. Leia hugs him fiercely. Obi-Wan smiles and ruffles their hair. "How are my favorite younglings?" "We're not younglings," Leia corrects him seriously. "We're students." Luke nods agreement. Obi-Wan's eyes twinkle. "My apologies. How are my favorite students?" "Much better," Leia says. "Now watch this." She uses the Force to lift a toy across the room. Obi-Wan applauds. "Excellent control." "And you, Luke, can you show me what you've learned?" Luke concentrates and Obi-Wan feels a gentle touch in the Force. The boy is sensing his emotions, reading him. Impressive, very subtle. "You have your father's intuition." Luke beams with pride. The adults spend the evening talking while the children play with their new sabers. "How's the Order?" Anakin asks, growing steadily. "We have about 300 Jedi now, still small compared to before, but we're being selective, quality over quantity. And the reforms, holding. Though there's still resistance from some older members. Change is difficult, especially for those who lived through the Purge. They see the old ways as safe, proven. But you're making progress? Yes. Slowly. We've amended the code to acknowledge emotion rather than deny it. Attachment is no longer forbidden, just advised against. Jedi can maintain family connections. Some have even started relationships. It's controversial, but necessary. The old code nearly destroyed us. We can't make the same mistakes. Anakin nods approvingly. What about military service? Completely banned. Jedi can advise militaries but not command them, not lead soldiers into battle. We're peacekeepers and diplomats, not generals. That distinction cost us too much to forget. The conversation shifts to politics. Padme has been pushing for Force-sensitive rights, ensuring people with abilities aren't discriminated against, but also not given special privileges. It's a delicate balance. Some planets want to register all Force users, create databases and tracking systems. Padme fights against this. It's too close to what Palpatine would have done, too easy to abuse. But others argue safety requires monitoring. The debate continues. When the twins turn 7, Anakin decides it's time for a field trip. He takes them to Coruscant to see the Jedi Temple. They've heard stories but never visited. The temple is beautiful, rebuilt but different, more open, more welcoming. Transparent steel windows replace solid stone in many places. Gardens dot the interior. It feels alive in a way the old temple never did. Master Yoda meets them in the entrance hall. Strong in the Force, these two are. Much potential they have. He looks at the twins with ancient eyes. Will they join the Order? Anakin glances at his children. That's their choice when they're older, if they want to. Yoda nods. As it should be. Come. Show you around, I will. The tour is extensive. Training halls, meditation chambers, the archives. Luke is fascinated by everything. Leia asks constant questions. How many Jedi are there? What do you do all day? Can you leave whenever you want? Do you have to wear robes? Yoda answers patiently. Not as many as before. We learn and teach. Yes, we come and go. Robes are optional but traditional. They meet young Padawans in training, children around the twins' age. Some are practicing lightsaber forms, others are meditating. A few are studying in the archives. Luke watches a demonstration of Force levitation with wide eyes. Could I do that? Of course, Yoda says. Already doing it, you are. Just need practice. Leia is drawn to a group discussing politics and philosophy. She listens intently, occasionally interjecting with surprisingly mature observations. The Padawans are impressed. You're smart, one of them says. You should train here. Maybe someday, Leia replies. But I want to be a senator too, like my mom. At the end of the visit, Yoda speaks to Anakin privately. Wise your children are. Different paths they will choose, but both will serve the galaxy well. Train them well, you must, but not push them. Let them find their own way. I will, Anakin promises. I learned that lesson the hard way. Yoda chuckles. The best lessons those are. Painful but necessary. The family returns to Naboo that evening. The twins talk non-stop about everything they saw. About the Jedi and the Force and the possibilities. Anakin listens and smiles. They're thinking, questioning, forming their own opinions. That's exactly what he wants. When the twins are 10, a crisis emerges. A dark side cult on Dathomir is hunting Force sensitives. They call themselves the Acolytes of the Beyond. Former Inquisitors and Sith followers. They believe Palpatine's vision can still be achieved. They're kidnapping children with Force potential, torturing Jedi survivors, trying to rebuild what was destroyed. The Jedi Council asks for help. We need experienced warriors, people who understand the dark side. Anakin volunteers immediately. I know what they're thinking, how they operate. I can stop them. Obi-Wan insists on coming, as does Ahsoka. They assemble a team of skilled Jedi and head to Dathomir. The planet is dark, oppressive. The Force itself feels corrupted. They track the cult to an ancient fortress. The approach is treacherous, traps and guards at every turn. But they push forward. Inside, they find evidence of the kidnappings. Cells holding Force-sensitive children. Training rooms where they're being indoctrinated. Anakin's rage builds with each discovery. These are children, innocent children being twisted into weapons, just like Palpatine tried to do to him. The team moves through the fortress systematically, freeing captives, disabling defenses, taking down cult members. The Acolytes fight with desperate fury. They know defeat means prison or death. But they're no match for trained Jedi. One by one, they fall. Finally, Anakin confronts the cult leader, a former Jedi named Baylan Skoll. His lightsaber is orange, unstable, flickering like his sanity. You could have been one of us. Balin's voice is raspy. You touched the darkness, tasted its power. Why did you turn back? Because power isn't worth the price. Anakin's blade ignites. I chose love over strength, family over domination. And I'd make that choice again every day. The duel is fierce. Balin is skilled, well-trained. But Anakin has something he doesn't: purpose, balance, inner peace. He's not fighting for power or revenge. He's fighting to protect children, to stop history from repeating. That gives him strength Balin can't match. The fight ranges across the fortress, leaping over chasms, deflecting attacks off stone walls. Force powers clash and spark. Lightning meets barriers. Telekinesis battles telekinesis. But slowly, Anakin gains the upper hand. His strikes become more precise, more controlled. Balin begins to tire. The final exchange happens on a narrow bridge over a bottomless pit. Their blades lock. They stand face to face. You can't win, Balin gasps. Even if you kill me, others will rise. The dark side endures. It always endures. Maybe. Anakin's voice is calm, but so does the light. And as long as people like me keep choosing it, the darkness will never truly win. With a final push, he disarms Balin. The orange blade clatters to the stone. Balin stumbles backward, teetering on the edge. Anakin could let him fall. Should let him fall. But he reaches out through the Force and pulls Balin to safety. You're under arrest. You'll face justice for what you've done. Balin stares at him with disbelief. You spared me. Why? Because I'm not you. Because mercy is stronger than cruelty. Because killing you would be easy. Saving you is hard. And I choose the hard path. The cult is dismantled. The children are freed and returned to their families. Balin and the other acolytes are imprisoned. The mission is a success. But Anakin returns home, exhausted. Not physically, emotionally. Confronting the dark side always takes a toll, reminding him of how close he came, how easily he could have been Balin, or worse. Padme holds him that night while he processes. The twins are asleep. The house is quiet. I saved them, he whispers. The children. They're safe now. I know. She kisses his forehead. You're a hero, Annie. You always have been. Not always. I could have. But you didn't. That's what matters. You chose differently. Every time you're tested, you choose the light. That's real strength. Anakin clings to her words, uses them to push back the darkness whispering in his mind. He's not Vader. He'll never be Vader. He's Anakin Skywalker, husband, father, protector. And that's enough. The twins grow into adolescents. They're remarkable young people. Luke is kind and thoughtful, always helping others, always thinking about consequences. Leia is fierce and brilliant, already debating politics with adults, already planning how to change the galaxy. Both are powerful in the Force, but they use their power differently. Luke is intuitive, instinctive, feels his way through problems. Leia is analytical, strategic, thinks her way through challenges. Anakin encourages both approaches. The Force is vast. There's no wrong way to use it, only wrong intentions. When they turn 13, decision time arrives. The twins must choose their paths. Leia knows what she wants. I want to train as a Jedi, but I also want to continue my political education. Can I do both? It's unconventional, Anakin admits, but not impossible. You'd be splitting your time between the Temple and the Senate. It won't be easy. I'm not afraid of hard work. Leia's chin juts out stubbornly. The galaxy needs Jedi who understand politics, who can navigate both worlds. I can be that. Then that's what you'll be. Anakin pulls her into a hug. I'm proud of you, Leia. So proud. Luke's choice is different. I want to train with you, Dad. Not at the Temple. I want to learn your way. The balanced way." Anakin is surprised. "Luke, the temple can teach you things I can't. You'd have access to ancient knowledge, great masters. I know. But you can teach me what matters most. How to stay in the light even when darkness calls. How to use the Force without being consumed by it. How to be a good person first and a Jedi second. That's what I need." Anakin's eyes water. "If that's what you want, I'll teach you everything I know. But I'll consult with Obi-Wan. Make sure your education is complete. The training begins." Leia splits her time between Naboo, the Temple, and Coruscant. She studies lightsaber combat with Jedi Masters, learns Force techniques from the archives, but she also attends Senate sessions, studies law and diplomacy, works as an intern in her mother's office. It's exhausting. She loves every minute of it. Luke trains exclusively with Anakin. They rise before dawn for meditation, practice lightsaber forms until noon, study Force philosophy in the afternoons, work on mechanical projects in the evenings. It's intensive, holistic, exactly what Luke needs. Anakin teaches his son everything, not just techniques, but wisdom. The Force isn't a tool, Luke. It's a partner. You don't command it, you cooperate with it. Feel the difference? Luke nods. When I try to force it, there's resistance. When I ask nicely, it flows. Exactly. The dark side tries to dominate the Force. Bend it to your will. That's why it corrupts. It's fundamentally disrespectful. The light side works with the Force, respects it. That's why it sustains, rather than destroys. They spar on the Naboo hillsides. Anakin holds back at first, but Luke improves rapidly. Soon he's landing hits, forcing his father to actually try. Anakin couldn't be prouder. When Luke is 15, Anakin gives him a gift, a lightsaber. Not Anakin's own, but one they built together. The crystal was found on Ilum, the hilt designed by Luke, constructed under Anakin's guidance. It's beautiful, elegant. The blade burns blue like Luke's grandfather's did. Wear it well, Anakin says. Remember, it's not just a weapon, it's a symbol of your commitment to protect others, to stand against darkness, to be a guardian of peace. Luke ignites it and the blade hums. I understand, Dad. I'll honor it. And you? Leia receives her lightsaber at the same age. Hers is built at the temple under Yoda's supervision. The crystal glows green. The hilt is slimmer than her brother's, more refined. It suits her personality perfectly. Master Yoda presents it formally. A Jedi, you are becoming, but also a leader. Remember, the two roles must balance. Neither dominates the other. Use your power to serve. Use your position to protect. Both tools for the same goal. Justice. Leia bows deeply. I understand, Master. I won't let you down. The twins continue to grow and learn. Luke accompanies Anakin on missions, learning in the field, seeing how the Peacekeeper operates. It's not glamorous, mostly helping refugees, mediating disputes, occasionally fighting when necessary, but always with purpose, always with restraint. Luke absorbs these lessons, internalizes them, becomes his own person while honoring his father's teachings. Leia makes waves in the Senate. She's young but brilliant. Her speeches are compelling, her logic unassailable. She proposes legislation protecting Force sensitives from exploitation, creates oversight for military forces, pushes for transparency in government. Some older senators resent her, but many respect her. She's the future. When the twins are 17, they face their first major challenge, a crisis on Mandalore. The clone settlement is under attack by mercenaries, former separatist holdouts who blame the clones for the war, for their losses. The assault is brutal, The settlement's defenses are overwhelmed. Rex sends a distress call. "We need help. We're outnumbered." Anakin responds immediately, takes both twins. It's time for them to face real combat, real stakes. On the ship, he gives them instructions. Stay close, protect each other, remember your training, and most importantly, trust the Force. It will guide you. They arrive to find the settlement in flames. Mercenaries are advancing, clones are falling back, civilian areas are being overrun. Anakin leads the charge. His lightsaber cuts through the mercenary lines. Luke and Leia follow. Their blades flash in tandem. They fight as a unit, covering each other, anticipating movements through their twin bond. It's their first real battle. But they don't panic, don't freeze. They trust their training, trust each other, and they make a difference. Rex rallies the clone defenders. With the Skywalkers' help, they push back. The mercenaries are skilled, but not prepared for 3 Jedi. The tide turns. Within hours, the settlement is secure. The mercenaries are captured or fled. The clones celebrate their survival. Anakin pulls his children aside. "You did well, both of you. I'm proud." But he sees the cost in their eyes. They killed today, took lives. It weighs on them. That's good. It should weigh. The day it doesn't bother you is the day you've lost your way. Luke nods quietly. Leia wipes tears. They're growing up, leaving childhood behind, becoming warriors. Anakin holds them and wishes he could protect them from this, but he can't. This is the path they chose. All he can do is guide them, support them, love them. Years continue to pass. Luke becomes a full Jedi Knight at age 20. The ceremony is small, intimate. Yoda officiates. "By the right of the Council, by the will of the Force, I dub thee Jedi Knight. Luke Skywalker you are. Rise." Luke stands, his face glowing with pride and humility. Anakin watches from the audience beside Padme. His son is a Jedi, a real Jedi, not bound by the old code, not limited by rigid doctrine, but committed to the light nonetheless. It's everything Anakin hoped for. Obi-Wan leans over and whispers, "You've done well, Anakin. He's remarkable." Anakin wipes his eyes. He's better than me, better than any of us. Leia chooses a different path. At 21, she's elected junior senator for Naboo, the youngest person ever to hold the position. Her mother steps down, confident Leia is ready. The transfer of power is smooth. Leia hits the ground running. Within weeks, she's sponsoring legislation, building coalitions, making enemies and allies in equal measure. She still trains with the Jedi, still carries her lightsaber. But politics is her primary calling, and she's brilliant at it. Padme watches her daughter's first Senate speech and cries with pride. "That's my girl. She's going to change everything." Luke and Leia both find love. Luke meets a pilot named Mara. She's tough, competent, and unimpressed by his Jedi status, which is exactly why he's drawn to her. They bond over a shared mission, fall in love over months of working together, eventually marry in a simple ceremony on Naboo. Leia falls for a Corellian smuggler, turned respectable businessman named Han. He's cocky and charming. She finds him infuriating and irresistible in equal measure. Their courtship is fiery, full of arguments and passion. They marry in a grand Senate ceremony that's broadcast across the galaxy. Anakin and Padme become grandparents. Luke and Mara have a son, Ben. Leia and Han have twins, Jason and Jaina, the next generation of Skywalkers. Anakin holds his grandchildren and marvels at how far they've come. From a slave boy on Tatooine to this, a family, a legacy. He thinks about his mother sometimes, wonders if she can see this, if she knows what became of her son. He hopes so, hopes she's proud. hopes she knows her sacrifice wasn't in vain. The galaxy continues to heal. The Confederation stabilizes, trade flourishes, new worlds join, old conflicts are resolved. It's not perfect. There are still pirates, still warlords, still injustice. But there's also hope. Real, tangible hope. The Jedi Order grows to 500 members, small compared to the old days, but strong, united, focused on their true mission, peacekeeping, not politics, not war, just helping people, just serving the light. Anakin continues his work well into his 50s. His hair grays completely. His body shows wear from decades of combat. A limp from an old injury. Scars across his arms and back. But he's happy. Truly, deeply happy. Padme retires from public life. They spend more time together, traveling, relaxing, enjoying the peace they fought so hard to achieve. They watch sunsets on Naboo's lakes, take walks through the gardens, hold hands like teenagers. After everything they've been through, they appreciate these simple moments, this quiet joy. When Anakin is 60, Obi-Wan dies. He passes peacefully in his sleep at the temple, surrounded by students and friends. His Force presence simply fades, becoming one with the energy field he served his entire life. Anakin feels it through the Force, a gentle release, not painful, just transition. He travels to Coruscant for the funeral, speaks at the ceremony. Obi-Wan Kenobi was my master, my friend, my brother. He never gave up on me, even when I gave him every reason to. He taught me what it means to be a Jedi, not through lectures or doctrine, but through example, through patience, through love. I am who I am because of him, and the galaxy is better because he lived. Rest now, Master. You've earned it. That night, Obi-Wan's Force ghost appears to Anakin, just for a moment, just to say goodbye. You did well, old friend. The galaxy is safe. The Jedi endure. Your family thrives. You fulfilled the prophecy after all. Just not the way anyone expected. You brought balance, Anakin. Real balance. Not through destruction, but through choice. Through love. I'm proud of you. Always have been. Then he fades. Anakin stands alone in the temple gardens. The moons shine overhead. The Force flows around him. And he feels at peace. Truly at peace. More years pass. Anakin slows down. Takes fewer missions. Spends more time with family. His grandchildren visit often. He teaches them about the Force, tells them stories about the old days, shows them his lightsaber, explains the choices he made, the mistakes and the victories. Young Ben is especially interested. He asks constant questions. What's the dark side like, Grandpa? Anakin considers carefully. It's seductive, whispers promises of power, makes you feel strong and special. But it's a lie. The power it offers comes at the cost of everything you love, everything you are. It's not worth it. Never worth it. Ben nods seriously. I'll remember that. Good. But remember this too. Everyone has darkness in them. Everyone is tempted. What matters is choosing the light anyway. Choosing love over fear. Hope over despair. That's real strength. Ben hugs him fiercely. I want to be like you when I grow up. Anakin's eyes water. You already are, kid. You already are. The grandchildren grow. Ben becomes a Jedi like his father. Jason and Jaina show Force potential, but choose other paths. Jason becomes a philosopher, writes books about ethics and the Force. Jaina becomes a pilot like her mother, one of the best in the galaxy. The Skywalker legacy continues in new forms, in different paths, but always serving the light. Anakin enters his 70s. His body finally begins to fail. Old injuries catch up. The cybernetic hand needs frequent repairs. His knees ache, his back hurts. But his mind remains sharp. His connection to the Force strong. Padme ages beside him, still beautiful, still brilliant, still the love of his life. They sit together in the evenings, watching Naboo's famous sunsets, holding hands, saying nothing because nothing needs to be said. This is enough, this quiet companionship, this peace they earned through fire and blood and impossible choices. One evening, decades after the purge that almost was, Anakin sits on his terrace. The sunset paints the sky in golds and crimsons. Obi-Wan's Force ghost appears beside him. The old Jedi died years ago, passing peacefully and becoming one with the Force. Now he visits occasionally, checking on his old friend. You did well, Anakin. The galaxy is better because you chose differently, because you turned back. Millions of lives saved. The Jedi Order reformed, democracy preserved, all because one man, at a critical moment, chose love over fear. Anakin looks at his hands, weathered, scarred, but gentle. These hands could have destroyed so much. Instead, they built, healed, protected, loved. I almost failed, almost became the monster. I was Vader, Master. For a few hours, I was everything Palpatine wanted. But you came back. That's what matters. Not the fall, the choice to rise again. Obi-Wan's ghost smiles. May the Force be with you, old friend. Always. And with you, Master. The ghost fades. Anakin sits alone again, but not lonely. Inside, his family laughs. Padme calls him in for dinner. His grandchildren play. The galaxy turns. And Anakin Skywalker, who could have been its greatest monster, is simply a grandfather, a retired hero, a man who made the right choice when it mattered most. He stands slowly, his body protesting, walks inside, leaving the darkness behind, choosing, as he does every day, the light. He joins his family at the table. Luke and Leia are visiting with their families. The table is crowded, noisy, full of life and laughter and love. Anakin looks around at the faces of his children and grandchildren, thinks about how different things could have been, how close he came to destroying all of this. But he didn't. He chose differently. And that choice created this family, this legacy, this hope. As the evening winds down, young Ben asks him one final question. Grandpa, do you have any regrets? Anakin thinks carefully. Many. I hurt people I loved, made terrible mistakes, came dangerously close to falling completely. But I also learned from those mistakes, grew from them, became better because of them. So yes, I have regrets, but I wouldn't change my path, because it led me here, to all of you, and that makes everything worthwhile. The family embraces. 3 generations of Skywalkers. A line that will continue long after Anakin is gone. A line dedicated not to power or domination, but to service, to protection, to love. That's our theory. The Star Wars universe is a galaxy filled with exciting stories and possibilities, and we love exploring them. If you want to accompany us on this journey to a galaxy far, far away, then please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. The Jedi Council reconvenes, or what's left of it. Yoda, Obi-Wan, Kit Fisto, Shaak-Ti, and a few others. The empty seats are a stark reminder of their losses. Mace Windu's chair sits vacant. Plo Koon's, Aayla Secura's, Ki-Adi-Mundi's. So many empty chairs. They discuss the future. What happens to the Order now? Some Jedi want to rebuild exactly as before. Others argue for fundamental change. Master Yoda speaks for them all. Failed, we have. Arrogant we became. Too certain of our righteousness. The dark side grew under our very noses, and we sensed it not. Change we must, or deserve to exist. We do not. The debates are passionate. Master Coleman Kodge argues for tradition. The code has guided us for millennia. Abandoning it now would dishonor those who fell. But Shaak-Ti counters. code failed to prevent this tragedy. We must examine why. What weaknesses did Sidious exploit? She looks at Anakin. Attachment is forbidden. But attachment to his wife is what saved Skywalker from falling. He couldn't kill children because he understood love, because he had something worth protecting beyond abstract ideals. Obi-Wan adds his voice. I've followed the code my entire life, but I've come to realize it made me rigid, less able to understand those who struggled with it. I should have helped Anakin with his attachments, not forced him to hide them. That secrecy made him vulnerable to Palpatine's manipulation. Kit Fisto nods, and we served as generals in the war. We led armies, made military decisions, killed in the name of the Republic. How is that different from being soldiers? We lost our way. Yoda closes his eyes. Right, you all are. Too rigid, the code has become. Balance there must be, between detachment and attachment, between logic and emotion, between peace and passion. The Sith embrace one extreme. We have embraced the other. True balance we have never sought. The admission hangs in the air. For the Grand Master to acknowledge such a fundamental flaw is unprecedented. The debate continues for hours. They don't reach final answers. But they agree on one thing. The Jedi Order will change. It has to, or it will die completely. In the following weeks, new policies are proposed and debated. Jedi will no longer serve as generals. They'll advise, mediate, but not command. They'll work to prevent wars, not fight them. The prohibition on attachment will be examined. Not removed entirely, but softened. Jedi will be encouraged to maintain connections to their birth families, to have friends outside the Order. The age, restrictions on recruitment will be loosened. Adults seeking training will be considered on a case-by-case basis. Emotion will be acknowledged as natural, not suppressed until it explodes. Jedi will be taught to understand their feelings, to process them healthily. Anger isn't evil, fear isn't wrong. It's what you do with those emotions that matters. The philosophy is radical. Many older Jedi resist, but the younger generation, those who survived the Purge by the narrowest of margins, embrace it. They've seen what happens when emotion is denied, when attachment is forbidden, but still exists in secret. The old way nearly destroyed them. Through all of this, Anakin wrestles with his own future. He sits with Obi-Wan one evening on a temple balcony. The sunset paints Coruscant's towers in shades of gold and crimson. The temple is being rebuilt slowly. Construction droids work around the clock, but it will take years. Master, I need to talk to you. About Padme. About everything. Obi-Wan nods. I know. I've been waiting for you to be ready. Anakin takes a breath. I love her. I married her years ago. She's pregnant with our child. I know I've broken the code. I know I should have told you. But I was afraid. Afraid you'd make me choose between the Order and her. Obi-Wan is quiet. Then he speaks gently. If I'd made you choose, what would you have picked? Her. Without hesitation. She's my life, Master. The Order matters to me, but she's everything. Obi-Wan smiles sadly. I know. I've always known, Anakin. From the moment I saw you two together, I knew. And I never reported it because I knew what would happen. The Council would force you to leave, and we'd lose one of our greatest Jedi. I chose to look the other way. Maybe that was wrong. Maybe I enabled your secrecy. But I couldn't bring myself to take away the one thing that made you happy. Anakin stares at his master. You knew. All this time? Obi-Wan nods. And you never said anything? What good would it have done? You would have lied. I would have had to report it, and nothing would have been solved. Better to let you have your happiness and hope that it didn't lead to darkness. I was wrong to hide it. No, Obi-Wan's voice is firm. You were wrong to feel you had to hide it. The code was wrong for putting you in that position. Love isn't weakness, Anakin. It's strength. It's what saved you when Palpatine tried to corrupt you. Your love for Padme, for those younglings, for your mother's memory. That's what kept you in the light. So what happens now? Obi-Wan looks out at the city. That's up to you. The Council is debating these issues, but it will take time. Years, maybe. You could stay, help us rebuild, be part of the change. But you'd have to be patient. Accept that progress is slow, or you could leave, make your own path. Anakin feels the weight of the choice. Master, what do you want me to do? I want you to be happy, whatever that means for you. If it's staying in the Order, I'll support you. If it's leaving to be with Padme, I'll support that too. You've earned the right to choose your own destiny. Anakin takes several days to decide. He talks to Padme. She tells him she'll support whatever he chooses. If he wants to remain a Jedi, she'll accept a hidden relationship a while longer. But if he wants to leave, she'll be there for him. He talks to Yoda. The ancient master is understanding. Much you have given to the Order, young Skywalker. More than most. If leave you must, blessing you have. But welcome to return. You always will be. He talks to Ahsoka Tano, his former Padawan. She's no longer in the Order either, having left before all of this. She tells him that being a Jedi isn't about the institution. It's about using your power to help others. You can do that anywhere, Master. Finally, Anakin makes his choice. He stands before the Council one last time. Masters, I've decided to leave the Order. Not because I'm angry, not because I've lost faith in what we stand for, but because I need to build a life with Padme, to be a husband and a father. I can't do that while being a full-time Jedi. Not now. Maybe not ever. But I want you to know that I'll always honor what you taught me. I'll always defend those who can't defend themselves. I'll always stand against darkness. I'm just doing it as Anakin Skywalker, not as Jedi Knight Skywalker. The Council accepts his resignation with sadness but understanding. Yoda speaks for them all. Grateful we are for all you have done. A Jedi in name you may not be, but a guardian of peace and justice you remain. The Force, with you always it is. Anakin bows deeply and leaves the council chambers. He walks through the temple one last time, saying goodbye to the place that shaped him. Then he leaves. Obi-Wan walks him to the entrance. They stand there for a moment. Master and former Padawan. May the Force be with you, Anakin, always. And with you, Master. Take care of yourself. Months pass. The Republic formally dissolves. The Clone Wars have left it too broken, too corrupted. In its place rises a new government, a confederation of independent systems with limited central authority. Some worlds join, others remain independent. It's messy and imperfect, but it's democratic. Palpatine's supporters are rooted out, tried, and imprisoned or executed based on their crimes. The process takes years. The man himself stands trial. The evidence against him is overwhelming. Communications showing he played both sides. Orders for Order 66. Sith artifacts in his possession. He's convicted of treason, mass murder, and crimes against sentience. The sentence is life imprisonment in a force-suppressing cell. He'll never escape, never hurt anyone again. The Jedi Order shrinks dramatically. Many survivors choose to leave, like Anakin did. They've seen too much, lost too much. Others stay and dedicate themselves to rebuilding. But it's a smaller order now. More humble, more cautious, more willing to admit mistakes. They open small temples on various worlds rather than centralizing on Coruscant. They work with local governments rather than above them. They accept older students. They allow family contact. Slowly, painfully, they adapt. The clone troopers face a difficult future. Some choose to continue serving in local defense forces, now as volunteers with full agency. Others retire. Many move to Mandalore, where a community of former clones is being established. Rex leads the effort. He and Ahsoka work together, creating a place where clones can heal, where they can process their trauma, where they can build new lives. Support groups form. Veterans help each other. The nightmares don't stop. The guilt doesn't fade. But they learn to live with it, to honor the Jedi they killed by becoming the men those Jedi believed them to be. Cody opens a training academy on Mandalore. He teaches combat and tactics, but also ethics, philosophy, the importance of thinking for yourself, of questioning orders, of being more than a soldier. Many young clones attend. They learn not just how to fight, but why to fight, and when not to. It's healing for Cody. A way to make amends. Obi-Wan visits regularly. The two men rebuild their friendship slowly. The trust has to be earned again, but they work at it. On Naboo, far from the political chaos of Coruscant, Padme gives birth to twins. Luke and Leia Skywalker come into a galaxy that's broken but healing. Anakin holds his children and feels emotions he's never experienced. Pure joy, overwhelming love, fierce protectiveness. These are his children, his family, and he'll do anything to keep them safe. Padme recovers quickly from the birth. She watches Anakin with their babies and smiles. He's a natural father, gentle and patient in ways she didn't expect. You're good at this. I had a good example. My mother. I remember how she cared for me, even when we had nothing. I want to give them that. Safety, love, a real childhood. They settle into domestic life. Anakin learns to change diapers, mix formula, soothe crying babies at 3 a.m. It's exhausting, it's mundane, and he loves every moment of it. This is what he fought for, this peace, this normalcy. But he doesn't abandon his calling. When the twins are sleeping, he works. He uses his mechanical skills to design better prosthetics for injured clones. He funds initiatives to buy and free slaves on Tatooine and other Outer Rim worlds. He takes short missions, helping people in need, always returning home within days. Obi-Wan visits when the twins are 3 months old. He brings gifts and spends hours playing with the babies. His face, so often serious and controlled, lights up with genuine joy. You're a natural father, Anakin. I always knew you would be. You should try it sometime, Master. Obi-Wan laughs, perhaps in another life. For now, I have my hands full with the new Padawans. We're rebuilding slowly. It's hard work, but it's good work. They sit on the villa's terrace, watching the Naboo sunset. How are things in the Order? Changing. Slowly. We've opened up recruitment to older children now. Even adults in some cases. The strict age limits seemed arbitrary. We're also allowing Jedi to maintain contact with their birth families. Some of the younglings who survived are being reunited with their parents. And attachment? Still debated. But the consensus is shifting. We're acknowledging that emotions exist, teaching Jedi to process them healthily rather than suppress them. It's a work in progress. Anakin nods. Good. That's good. Obi-Wan looks at him. Do you ever regret leaving? Sometimes, Anakin admits. I miss the Order, miss the sense of purpose. But then I look at Padme and the twins and I know I made the right choice. I can still help people, just differently. You're doing it already. I heard about your work on Tatooine. Anakin smiles slightly. That was personal. After everything with my mother, I wanted to do something. So I went back and bought slaves. As many as I could afford, gave them their freedom. It's not much, but it's a start. Obi-Wan grips his shoulder. It's more than most would do. You're making a difference, Anakin. You always have. The years pass. Anakin raises Luke and Leia, teaching them about the Force in his own way. Not the rigid Jedi doctrine, but not the Sith hunger either. Balance. Understanding both light and dark. Accepting both as part of themselves. Choosing when and how to use their power. He shows them how to meditate, how to sense the world around them, how to move small objects with their minds. But he also teaches them compassion, empathy, the importance of choice. When Luke is 4, he asks a question that stops Anakin cold. Daddy, Talis at the market said, you used to be bad, that you almost hurt people. Is that true? Anakin kneels down, meeting his son's eyes. Yes, it's true. I made very bad choices once. I was scared and angry, and I listened to someone who lied to me. I almost did terrible things, but I stopped. I chose to be better. Why? Because I remembered what was important. Family, love, protecting people instead of hurting them. Leia appears at his other side. Are you still bad sometimes? Anakin smiles sadly. Everyone has darkness in them, sweetie. Everyone has bad thoughts or angry feelings. What matters is what you do with them. I choose every day to be good, to help people, to be a dad you can be proud of. Luke hugs him. I'm proud of you. Leia joins the hug. Me too. And in that moment, Anakin knows he made the right choice. He could have been Darth Vader, could have become the monster Palpatine wanted, but he chose differently. And these children, this family, this life, is his reward. At age 5, the twins' powers are becoming more pronounced. Luke can sense emotions with startling accuracy. Leia can move objects without thinking about it. Anakin begins more formal training. Nothing intense, just basics, control, awareness, safety. He makes it fun, games and challenges rather than rigid forms. Obi-Wan visits for the twins' 5th birthday. He brings gifts, including training sabers with safety settings. The children are delighted. Uncle Obi-Wan, Luke shouts. Leia hugs him fiercely. Obi-Wan smiles and ruffles their hair. How are my favorite younglings? Anakin watches the scene and feels gratitude. His children will grow up knowing the Jedi, understanding what it means, but they won't be forced into that life. They'll choose for themselves when they're old enough. And whatever they choose, Anakin will support them. That evening, after the children are asleep, the adults talk. Padme has returned to the Senate, now serving the new Confederation. She's working on legislation to protect Force sensitives from exploitation, to ensure Jedi and other Force users have rights, but not privileges. It's delicate work. How's the Order? Anakin asks Obi-Wan. Growing, slowly. We have about 200 Jedi now, down from 10,000 before the war. But the ones we have are committed. They understand what we're trying to build. Several youngsters who survived the Purge are now knights. They're incredible, strong, wise, and not bound by the old rigidity. Ahsoka has returned. She's not a full Jedi, but she works with us, teaches the younglings. She might visit you soon, actually. She wants to see the twins. Anakin lights up. I'd love that. She's family. The conversation drifts to politics. The Confederation is stable but fragile. Some worlds want more central authority. Others want complete independence. Piracy is a problem. Crime syndicates are filling the power vacuum left by the Empire that never was. It's messy, but it's better than tyranny. better than Palpatine's vision. Anakin occasionally takes missions, nothing that keeps him away from home for long. He breaks up a slaving operation on Zygerria, stops a warlord on Jabiim, protects a village from pirates on Ryloth. He doesn't call himself a Jedi, just a guy with a lightsaber and a conscience. But people start calling him the Peacekeeper. Stories spread. A mysterious warrior who appears when people need help and disappears when the job is done. Anakin finds it embarrassing. Padme finds it amusing. When Luke and Leia are 7, Anakin takes them to see the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. It's been rebuilt, though it's different now. Smaller, more open. The children stare in awe at the meditation chambers and training halls. Master Yoda meets them, ancient beyond measure, but still teaching, still guiding. He looks at the twins and smiles. Strong in the Force, these two are. Much potential they have. Will they join the Order? Anakin glances at his children. That's their choice. When they're older, if they want to. Yoda nods, as it should be. Leia speaks up, her voice confident. I want to help people, like Daddy does, but I also want to be in the Senate, like Mommy. Can I do both? Yoda chuckles. A Jedi senator. Unusual, but not forbidden. Help many. You could, with such a path. Luke is quieter. I don't know what I want yet. Is that okay? Perfectly okay, young one. Yoda's voice is gentle. Time you have. Choose when ready, you will. The Force, patient it is. Years continue to pass. Anakin trains the twins more seriously now, but always with their consent. He teaches them to defend themselves, to sense danger, to use the Force responsibly. But he also makes sure they have normal childhoods, friends, school, hobbies. Leia becomes fascinated with politics and history. Luke loves mechanics and flying. They're individuals, not just Force sensitives. And Anakin couldn't be prouder. When the twins are 10, a threat emerges. A dark side cult on Dathomir, led by survivors of Palpatine's Inquisitorius program. They're hunting Force sensitives, trying to rebuild what the Sith started. The Jedi Council asks for help. Anakin volunteers. It's personal. These are the people who would have served under him if he'd fallen. He assembles a team. Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, and a few Jedi Knights. They infiltrate Dathomir and confront the cult. The battles are fierce. The Darksiders are skilled and numerous. But they lack the unity and purpose the Jedi have. One by one, they're defeated or captured. The cult leader, a former Jedi named Baylan Skoll, faces Anakin in a final duel. You could have been one of us. Baylan's lightsaber is orange, flickering. You touched the darkness, tasted its power. Why did you turn back? Because power isn't worth the price. Anakin's blade meets Baylan's in a shower of sparks. I chose love over strength, family over domination, and I'd make that choice again every day. The fight is brutal. Baylan is skilled, but Anakin has something he doesn't: purpose, balance, inner peace. The duel ends with Baylan disarmed and captured. As they return to Coruscant with their prisoners, Ahsoka speaks to Anakin. You've changed, Master. You're calmer, more centered. I used to sense conflict in you constantly. Now it's mostly gone. Anakin smiles. I found what I was looking for. Balance. Not the absence of darkness, but the choice to embrace light despite it. The twins help. Every day I wake up and choose to be the father they deserve. That choice keeps me grounded. Ahsoka nods thoughtfully. Maybe the Jedi had it wrong. Maybe attachment isn't the path to the dark side. Maybe it's the path to balance. On Naboo, Luke and Leia are growing into remarkable young people. Luke has become an accomplished pilot, naturally talented like his father. Leia is already writing speeches and debating political philosophy with adults twice her age. Both are powerful in the Force, though they express it differently. Luke is intuitive, instinctive. Leia is analytical, precise. Anakin loves watching them develop their own styles, their own understanding of the Force. When they turn 13, the twins make their decisions. Leia wants to train as a Jedi, but continue her political education. She'll split her time between the Temple and the Senate. It's unconventional, but Yoda approves. The Order needs voices in government. Luke wants to train full-time, but with Anakin rather than at the Temple. He wants to learn his father's balanced approach, to understand both light and dark without being consumed by either. Anakin agrees, though he consults regularly with Obi-Wan to ensure Luke gets a complete education. The training is intense, but loving. Anakin teaches Luke everything: lightsaber forms, Force techniques, meditation, philosophy, but also mechanics, piloting, survival skills. Luke absorbs it all eagerly. Father and son grow even closer. They spar on the Naboo hillsides, their blades flashing in the sun. They meditate by the lakes, sensing the living Force in everything. They work together in Anakin's workshop, building and repairing. It's everything Anakin never had with his own father. Padme watches her family thrive and feels profound satisfaction. Her husband is happy. Her children are healthy and strong. The galaxy is healing. It's not perfect. There are still conflicts, still injustices. But there's hope. Real, tangible hope. She continues her Senate work, pushing for reforms, for equality, for justice. And when she comes home each night, she's greeted with hugs and laughter. This is the life they fought for. Anakin continues his work as the peacekeeper. Small missions, always returning home. He's called to mediate disputes, stop criminals, protect the innocent. He works alongside Jedi sometimes, independently others. He's become a symbol. Proof that you don't need an institution to do good. That the Force isn't owned by the Jedi or the Sith. It's for everyone who chooses to use it wisely. When Anakin is in his late 40s, he receives a message from Master Yoda. The ancient Jedi is finally, truly dying. 900 years is enough, even for him. Anakin rushes to Coruscant. He sits beside Yoda's bed in the Temple's medical wing. Master, thank you for everything. You taught me so much. Yoda's eyes open weakly. No, young Skywalker. Taught me, you did. Showed us that the Force is not black and white. That balance is possible. That love is strength, not weakness. The greatest lesson from the most unlikely teacher. He smiles. Proud of you I am. Of the man you became. Of the father you are. Of the hope you represent. Tears stream down Anakin's face. May the Force be with you, Master. And with you, always. Yoda closes his eyes and becomes one with the Force. His body fades, becoming pure energy. Anakin feels the loss deeply, but also peace. Yoda lived a full life, taught countless students, and in the end, he embraced the very changes he once might have resisted. That's legacy. That's impact. Anakin stands and walks to the window. Below, the city stretches endlessly. Millions of lives, each with their own struggles and triumphs. And somewhere in that city, his family waits, his purpose, his light. He turns from the window and heads home. More years pass. Luke and Leia become young adults. Luke is a Jedi in all but official title. He wears robes, carries his father's modified lightsaber, and helps people across the galaxy. But he doesn't live at a temple. He has an apartment on Coruscant and visits home regularly. Leia becomes a senator, representing Naboo just like her mother did. She uses subtle Force powers in her work. Reading emotions, projecting calm, sensing deception. she's incredibly effective. Both children make Anakin and Padme impossibly proud. They're kind, strong, wise, balanced. Everything their parents hoped for. Anakin realizes he's succeeded. He broke the cycle. His children won't carry the trauma he did, won't struggle with the darkness the way he has. They're free, truly free, to choose their own paths, to be their own people. And isn't that what every parent wants? Anakin continues his work, well into his 50s. His hair grays at the temples. His body shows wear from decades of combat. But he's happy, fulfilled. Padme retires from the Senate eventually, content that she's made her mark. They grow old together on Naboo, surrounded by grandchildren, as Luke and Leia start families of their own. The Skywalker line continues, not in darkness, but in light. One evening, decades after the purge that almost was, Anakin sits on his terrace watching the sunset. Obi-Wan's Force ghost appears beside him. The old Jedi died peacefully years ago, passing his knowledge to a new generation before becoming one with the Force. Now he visits occasionally, checking on his old friend. "You did well, Anakin." Anakin smiles. "We did well, Master. Together." Obi-Wan nods. "The galaxy is better because you chose differently, because you turned back. Millions of lives saved, the Jedi Order reformed, democracy preserved, all because one man, at a critical moment, chose love over fear." Anakin looks at his hands, weathered, scarred, but gentle. These hands could have destroyed so much. Instead, they built, healed, protected, loved. I almost failed. Almost became the monster. I was Vader, Master. For a few hours, I was everything Palpatine wanted. But you came back. That's what matters, not the fall, the choice to rise again. Obi-Wan's ghost smiles. "May the Force be with you, old friend. Always. And with you, Master." The ghost fades. Anakin sits alone again, but not lonely. Inside, his family laughs. Padme calls him in for dinner. His grandchildren play. The galaxy turns, and Anakin Skywalker, who could have been its greatest monster, is simply a grandfather. A retired hero. A man who made the right choice when it mattered most. He stands and walks inside, leaving the darkness behind. Choosing, as he does every day, the light. That's our theory. The Star Wars universe is a galaxy filled with exciting stories and possibilities, and we love exploring them. If you want to accompany us on this journey to a galaxy far, far away, then please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.